Welcome to Two Nobodies with the mic. Consider your safe. Great job, 49ers.
The 5 best players ever in the NBA, Kobe Bryant is not one of them.
Robert, you can't say anywhere that he doesn't belong in the league. Give me that amount of money, and I'll do whatever you want me to do. Josh Allen will never make the playoffs again.
The SEC is straight trash.
This fool was a crumb bum.
Oh, he was in one of those vests? Yeah. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Two Nobodies with the Mic, episode 123. We finally have the band back together, man. Feels like it's been a while since we've been back, right? All of us? It's been like a skeleton crew. Anyways, guys, we are live on YouTube. Live on Instagram?
Yep.
Nice. Live on Instagram, guys. We're interactive. Feel free. Let us know you're here. Let us know where you're from. Australia, South America, doesn't matter. Talk your shit. You have any questions, advice, whatever, please. We are a show of the people. We also are the gambling show of record. Not a lot to gamble on right now, but NBA is kicking off. Is it tonight?
Always some.
You know what? I'm sorry. You're right. You are right.
Are you out of your mind? I'm watching fucking Furman over here. Are you kidding? There's
100%.
plenty to gamble on. But
Yes.
NBA does have a makeup game tonight from January 9th. That's why they're starting. That's why they're having a game.
Okay, that's what I thought. We are the gambling show of record. We only have one rule. That is not to be a loser. Play responsibly. Don't be that guy. Let's go in introductions. Eddie Money, center screen, executive producer. What up, man?
What's up, man? I brought a special guest with me.
Oh, yes. If I'm telling you, we'd get more ratings.
Is he a male? Is he a male?
No, it's
She.
a she. It's a Zeppy.
Oh, okay. I
government
wasn't
is,
sure because I know there's a lot of male homies on that bed. So I didn't know. She's the only female. It's the only bitch he's ever had on the bed.
Woo! Giggity!
That was too easy. I'm sorry.
That is Lady Zeppelin right there, named after
Yeah.
Led
Alright.
Zeppelin.
That is awesome.
Yeah. Eddie Money always had bitches on the bed, man.
That's the first bitch I seen. That's the first bitch I heard of. So I'm just saying that's too easy. That's too easy. We start out with
That was a
some
layup.
easy
That was a
shit.
That
That's
was,
a
yes.
layup.
Teed it up.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, we spiked that shit right over the net.
Yes. Speaking of spiking, we have Rafa the Guru in the house. Say what's up
What's
to
going-
everybody, Rafa.
What's going on? What's going on? Sorry we're late. It's my fault. We're late. I'm usually never late, but I was late today. I apologize.
You have a perfectly good excuse with me. You're
It
on
was
the
a great
course,
excuse.
man.
It was a great excuse. It was a great excuse.
How'd you
For sure,
shoot?
we were. Today was, I swear to God, today was the best round I ever shot. By the way, 91, no mulligans. We don't take mulligans. I don't do mulligans anymore. Played with Odie, poor guy, man. He regressed. He might have lost by 30 shots. But
Damn.
you know what I realized today? That I might never fucking break 90 at that place. Because I had nothing over a 6. I had 5 pars,
Wow.
0 birdies, and shot 91.
That's
That was fun because
crazy.
I didn't want to count my score on the back 9, and I parred the last hole, and I was like, oh, there's a big par 5, parred it, and I'm like, oh, dude, I think I might have shot fucking 89. Nope, 91. And I was
Hey,
like, fuck. But you know the putts you miss, the shots you miss and shit, but it is what it is. I'm
Hey.
excited. If I don't fucking break 90 there at that place within the next month, I might fucking quit.
that's
I'm
a lie.
100% a lie. 100% a lie. 100%.
That is 100% a lie.
100%. But it's the best I've ever played today. There's no doubt about it. Hands down.
Yeah. Well, I ended up getting C blocked. Didn't get even to the range, but anyways, that's a different story. Let's get into your fired. Every week we fire or hire someone, and if you have someone out there that wants to you want to fire or hire, let us know in the comments. We'll give you a shout out. Anyone want to start with your hired or fired this week? Because I have like 3 of them.
You have 3 hirings and firings?
Yes.
I'll go first. I'm gonna fire all the fucking LeBron haters. Come on. Dude, these people fucking crying, oh, you should have said something so someone else can get a spot. Get the fuck out of here. It's the All-Star game. Who gives a shit if he wouldn't have if he decided last minute not to play? If he says on Thursday he's not playing, who cares? We need to stop validating these other turds. Oh, Sabonis would have gotten in. Sabonis should have gotten in anyways.
Yeah.
So, but you know, he didn't get in. He didn't get in because of LeBron. So stop making an excuse for everyone. Everyone just loves to hate LeBron, dude. They love to hate him. It's fucking annoying at this point.
I agree. Like,
Joy.
to me, it's ridiculous. I heard, oh, Norman Powell could have went. Well, call Norman Powell, dude. Like, go
Yeah.
pick him up if he wants to play. Most of the,
Exactly.
I promise you,
Come
if you ask
on,
Sabonis- I promise you, if you ask Norman Powell or Sabonis, they'd probably be like, I'm all right. You know?
No,
Like,
Norman Powell might have gone because I think that might have been his first All-Star game or second.
yeah.
But Sabonis is like fucking grinds every night. He leads that fucking team in everything.
Yeah.
And you're gonna call him last minute, like, dude, if I'm that dude, like, you call me on Thursday night. Oh, you know what? We got a spot for you or whatever. Fuck you. I'm in Cancun with 6 bitches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least if I was Sabonis,
Yeah. He's dog sitting.
That was a bonus.
not me, but Sabonis for sure. No doubt about it.
Dude, like,
So
what's gonna happen when LeBron leaves the league? Like, who are we gonna kick?
who's
Like,
gonna hate? Who
yeah.
are they gonna hate? There's
It-
like, okay, you can maybe slide it to Durant, but at the same time, Durant and LeBron might be coming almost the same time. Like, you might
Yeah.
only be able to hate Durant for another year or 2. Who are you gonna hate? Joel Embiid? He doesn't play enough for us to hate him,
Yeah.
right? So he doesn't play enough. Are you gonna hate Anthony Edwards? He plays in Minnesota. Who the fuck's hating anybody in Minnesota? Like, you can hate Jimmy Butler. He's not good enough to hate. I mean, he's great, but he's not the superstar. So who are you gonna hate?
total valid firing. I thought the exact same thing, Rafa. It's like, give me a break, dude. Give me a break. That's what you're not gonna like LeBron for. But yeah, stamped, valid. Don't that you could hate on LeBron for a lot of shit. Not for that.
Yes,
So-
it's stupid. I mean, fuck.
Any money?
But anyways,
I got a hiring.
Nice.
I'm gonna hire hockey actually for the USA Canada game. For like, I was working at the bar and we had it on, and none of us, like, nobody is intrigued like if there's a regular hockey game on, but like the whole bar was tuned in to those fights within like the first 9 seconds, and they were just like, "Damn, another one! Damn, another one!" And we had Canadians at my bar. So it's just like, yeah, we take it seriously. And we were like, yeah, we take competitive seriously too, man. Like, it was just a great thing to watch. Everybody was tuned in. Everybody's going to be tuned in for the next one. I think it's tomorrow. Hoping for another great match.
Oh, yeah. Talk about figuring it out. Let's talk about Will Hanley. What's up, Will? A regular. Let's talk about his firing. Gotta hire the
Hiring.
Yappin' podcast. Rafa and Skin Tone are putting some great content out. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, that's his new name. Skin Tone.
100%.
Fucking
One, thank you, Will Hanley. Wow. Bro,
dude,
I got a
genius.
bad that thing. Will,
Genius.
that's phenomenal.
Oh, that's good.
Wow. That's so
Yeah.
good, Will. My God.
Yeah,
Oh,
the thing
man. Thank you, Will, by the way. That is hilarious.
Yeah.
He just said
CJ,
the fact I've never met Will Hanley and get
it's
skin
awesome.
tone is crazy.
It's awesome. You know what?
CJ started it. He said skin tone picks.
Get Will Hanley's information. I'm gonna send him a Two No Buddies hoodie and T-shirt for that shit. He
Skin tone
deserves skin tone edition. Yes, but that's
Phenomenal
great.
take.
But yes, if you guys don't know, Rafa the Guru has his own podcast called Yappin' Podcast. Pop culture, politics, all this shit that I won't touch. Giggity. But yeah,
Bull Diggy, too.
go give Yappin' a follow. Not afraid to give his opinions and talk his shit. So yeah, kudos to Will.
Thank you,
and,
guys. Thank you, Will.
Rafa and Skin Tone. And I mean, when shit sticks. That yeah.
That's forever.
I
That's
can
forever.
audibly, I can hear CJ laughing through his door, a wall, my wall, a door, and his headphones.
So good. So good. So God, that's a tough one to follow, man.
Yeah.
Okay. I
It's
want
okay. You
to
say you got 3 chances.
okay, yeah. I gotta fire Costco parking lots, man. Costco parking lots. I almost got into 3 fights. And on a Wednesday at 1:00. This is not prime,
Who'd you get in a fight with? 4 old ladies?
Yeah.
dude. So
Who you
Who's
fucking
out there?
Costco?
Who's
Fine.
out there? Who's there? One.
That's a more
Found-
civilized target.
dude, you know what it is? It's the construction workers trying to go get lunch for $1.50 hot dog. That's who it was, the first one. But dude, if I'm waiting to make a ride into a parking spot, don't go around me if I'm dead center. This dude goes around me, and a car on the left is about to come out, and now he blocks the car that's coming out, so I can't get in. So now we're all just sitting there waiting like an asshole. So he got out, and I didn't know who it was, but I'm mother effing him, and he's 2 feet away from me. I'm like, dumb motherfucker. Does
Oh,
And
shit.
I'm like, oh shit, that's the dude who just did that. He didn't say a fucking word. He kept walking, but it's a madhouse, and Costco just reconfigured all their freaking parking lots. It doesn't help. So that's my first firing. My second firing is to Dodger fans that gamble and are putting in future World Series winner bets. Okay. if you are a real Dodger fan, do not put a future bet into World Series. Would you rather have $275 or $1,000 than your team? I know Rafa would. Than your team winning a world championship? Don't put that
I take
kibosh on me.
$50.
Yeah, I know you would, but you're not
Take
a
$50
fan.
over the Dodgers winning.
I know you would, but I'm talking to real fans. Now, if you're not a fan of the Dodgers, you are more than welcome to put all the money you want. But if you consider yourself a fan of the Los Angeles Dodgers, do not put a future bet in to win the World Series. That is the ultimate kibosh. That is the ultimate mush. And I'm coming after you if the Dodgers lose. Oh my God. I'm talking to Dodger fans. Oh yeah, guess what I did? Plus 275, easy money. Oh my God, Rafa, you know this more than anybody. Baseball, different freaking animal. I don't care if they have Murderers Row, 1927 Yankees. Baseball is
Yeah, it's
different.
not the same.
It's you cannot guarantee yourself a championship. Okay, so that's my other firing. And then I'll just roll into Rob Manfred, commissioner of baseball, was asked today, and we can get into baseball. Are you ruining? Yeah, need those eggs. Big Vern, no eggs. I had to get cartons of egg whites. So that's what we're doing now.
Those are
There
great.
was a pallet, and there was like 2 boxes of egg whites, and I almost got in a fight over those as well. But
Jesus Christ, bro. Don't ever go to Costco. What the fuck?
I was
Jesus Christ. What are you, like a fucking 18-year-old on fucking steroids? Jesus Christ.
I am.
Can you imagine fucking Eddie walking around like this? Where the fuck are the eggs?
Ask my wife. It doesn't take much, man. It doesn't take much.
Fucking A.
Yeah, I know. I got to calm my anger issues down. But where was I going? Oh, Rob Manfred was asked if the Dodgers are ruining baseball, and he said, absolutely not. Absolutely not. If you want to hate, they're going by the rules. If you want to hate anyone, hate the system, okay? Because they're not doing anything illegal. But we've talked about it before, Rafa, and you weren't here for that show. But I do want to get your opinion on this. Do you think there needs to be a salary cap in baseball? Do you think the Dodgers are ruining baseball? What's your take?
I never think that ever. As much as I hate the Dodgers, and as much as I love them as a kid, and I hate them now for XYZ reasons, but I never hated the Yankees for doing what they did in the 90s. You know, if there was a free agent, he was going to be a Yankee. Jason Giambi. I mean, the list. Roger Clemens. A-Rod. The list was endless of players that they were getting. And that's why people hate the Yankees. For the most part. That's why it was the evil empire and yada yada because of what George Steinbrenner was doing. Now people are just going to hate the Dodgers more across the country. It didn't mean that the Yankees were going to win every year. Yeah, they won 4 out of 5 or whatever that was, that run that they had there. But it doesn't, dude, it makes baseball more exciting. When you have a super powerful team like that, like the Dodgers, people are going to tune in to either watch them win or watch them lose. That's what it is. It's like watching the Cowboys. And people tune in to just watch the Cowboys lose most of the time. That's what you're getting with the Dodgers now. So now you have 2 teams in Major League Baseball that are super hateable or super or lovable, obviously, if you're in LA or New York. But it's easy to hate the Yankees and it's easy to hate the Dodgers. And for everyone, and people are going to tune in. I think it's fucking great. And dude, they're not doing anything. The only thing they're doing different than what the Yankees did back then was deferring the money. Other than that, it's the same fucking thing. Let's not forget that the Yankees went out and got Mike Mussina when he was the fucking stud. Right?
Yeah.
That pitching staff, I mean, the bullpen with John Wetland and then Mariano Rivera, Paul O'Neill right field, and Bernie, like all these guys, and a lot of the guys they drafted and brought up or whatever, but they had a ton of guys that they didn't. And everybody hated them, but we all watched. And everyone watched. And now everyone's going to watch on Sunday Night Baseball when the Dodgers play probably 15 times on Sunday night. MLB on Fox on Saturday in the afternoon. People are going to tune in to watch the Dodgers. Watch them win or watch them lose. But at the end of the day, they're putting out a hell of a product, and they're doing what it takes to keep repeating as champions and to keep getting to the World Series, getting the NLCS. Why are you hating them? Every team can do this. Every team has the opportunity to do it. It takes the fucking balls to do it. That's all. The Yankees do it. They can do it. The Mets can do it. Do it. I don't understand. It's just a bunch of crybabies. That's all it is. Oh, they're ruining baseball. And it's mostly Padres fans and Giants fans and shit like that. Yeah. But you have to remember, the Marlins won the World Series. They beat and not with a shit, not a shit roster. They didn't spend all that money. Baseball is a sport where you can win and you don't have to have a $200 plus million payroll. So stop crying. Like it's just a bunch of crybabies. That's all it is. It's a bunch of pussies. I love what the Dodgers are doing. They're putting out a hell of a product. You should not be upset.
You know,
so I agree with the Dodgers.
A couple things here. You know, Dodgers do have the highest payroll at $393 million. You have Mets at $325 million. Okay. But here's the thing, and this is what people are forgetting. Dodgers have an incredible developmental farm system. And, you know, you're able to make trades. You're able to scout. It's a well-run organization from the bottom to the top. Now, you know, the Kansas City Royals, Rafa, I guarantee you, they're not in the top 15, 20. They have an amazing ball club. You remember Houston? Houston, what?
They drafted all those guys.
8, 9, 10 years ago, they were tanking, and they had an amazing scouting program. They drafted the right guys. They developed the right guys. And look what Houston won an incredible run, right?
So that I remember when that, sorry to cut you off, when Houston had those guys, Bregman, Correa, Altuve, and I don't remember a couple of the other, Springer, those young guys, they were on the cover of Sports Illustrated. I don't remember what year it was. And Sports Illustrated at that time, I think it was 4 years before they even won a World Series or even got there. Sports Illustrated came out and said, this team in the next 3 or 4 years is going to be – so, I mean, you got to be good. It's not just throwing money at the thing because you saw the Mets, although they did make it, you know, make the NLCS. It's not just throwing money at it. We've seen teams throw money at it and it not work out. Look at the fucking Angels.
Yep.
So, I mean, Dodgers top to bottom are a phenomenal organization. And they have the money to back it up, so it makes it just even more powerful. So, it's just pure hate, man. That's all it is.
Yeah, you can't
let it bother you.
Yeah, you're not going to see a salary cap. That's never going to happen. But maybe there should be a salary floor. Marlins, they're spending $43 million this year. You know, what does that say? And it, you know, Miami's not a small market.
Yeah, but I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I don't agree with the floor part of it. Because in a lot of those cities, the fans don't come out. Because and not only Miami, I mean Tampa, you know, you saw the A's in Oakland. Like the fans don't come out. So even though they have 81 home games, they're not selling out. Like they're not getting 3.5 to 4 million fans a season like the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Red Sox, probably those teams. They're not getting that. So I don't think there should be a floor. Now if you're fucking, we're not going to see a team with 40 wins. I don't think. In the major leagues, probably ever. I think the lowest was 50 something. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, a floor of maybe 40 million. I don't know if you can go more than that because some teams really can't afford it. Like realistically, they can't. It's super cheap to go to some of those games. Like you go to Marlins fucking Park or whatever the fuck they call it now, dude. And you can sit on the field for like old Dodger prices. Remember back when the Dodger prices field tickets were $35 and you pay $6 to sit at the top, or $3.
Yeah.
I remember when they were $3 to sit up in the red. I don't know what fucking color it is now, but I remember those reds were like $3 and you'd sit on the field for 21 and it went to 26, 32, 35, whatever. Like you can go to other ballparks around the country and sit on the field for 35. Down the base, down behind the dugouts or down the third base line or whatever. Field level, you could probably sit for 35 in a lot of those places. So that's the difference also. I mean, the Dodgers to now sit on the field, I think it's 250 plus. So that's the difference too, which would be a problem with the floor. But you should exceed something.
Yeah, because there is a little bit of revenue sharing, I believe. There's not much, but a little bit. But I saw 9 teams this offseason, 9 teams spent $20 million or less on their squad. You know, not salary cap as a whole, but spending, free agents, re-signing, and stuff like that. Eddie Money, you got anything on this haterism?
I've just been appreciating Rafa's Dodger appreciation for these past 5 minutes.
It's not. Listen, people think that I'm a hater and shit. Listen, I'm not a hater. I tell the truth when there's truth to be told. Like people think I hate Kobe. I don't hate Kobe. I just don't think he's as good as all you morons think he was. That's my opinion. Like, so I hate the Dodgers, yes, but I understand how great they are from top to bottom. From fucking the major league team to the fucking lowball A team. I understand how good they are all the way through and through. That's the way it is. I'm going to tell you as it is, and that's my opinion. That's all it is, baby. Hopefully the Dodgers get to the World Series this year.
That put a smile on my face, Rafa. Thank you.
Yeah. What's up? Hey, what's up, Big Vern's?
Big Vern's in here.
Big Vern's in the chat, man. Big Vern had an amazing weekend. I believe Big Vern went and got an aeroplane in Florida.
Big Vern, you were in Miami, man. You should have hit me up. I would have sent you to all the good spots down there, dude. Are you kidding?
We have to have Big Vern on next week. Big Vern.
I thought Vern was traveling.
Big Vern has something that is on everybody's bucket list. Every man. Big Vern, it was in a bar in Memphis or in Nashville, Tennessee, I believe, and sat down and had beers and had looked like a night at a bar with John freaking Daly. I mean, that is some bucket list shit, man.
That might be my second bucket list with John Daly. I want to play golf with his ass first. Full fucking just full throttle drinking the whole fucking 18.
Oh yeah.
And then get drunk with him afterwards. But I can only imagine how fun it must have been hanging out with John Daly.
Eddie's about to ask this. Eddie's about to ask a stupid question.
I've heard the name.
Who's John Daly? Who's John Daly? All right. When you see golfers, have you ever seen a fat white dude? That's John Daly.
Is
just
he like
Google fat golfer, John Daly. So John Daly was such a good golfer during his prime, which was also kind of, his prime was a little bit before Tiger, but then it kind of led into Tiger's prime. And Tiger will tell you, like, John Daly was so good. I'd be fucking shooting shots, and fucking John Daly's just sitting at the bar, just fucking drinking bottle after bottle. Like, they'd have a bottle and a half a night, and then he'd go out and compete with Tiger the next day. That's really John Daly. It's phenomenal.
John Daly he has more stories and more legendary stories. More golfers have legendary stories about him that I'm sure he doesn't even fucking remember. He's like the, how would you say, who's the biggest partier? He's like the old dirty bastard.
Was he like a Johnny Manziel of golf?
No. Are you kidding? Johnny Manziel could only win. Bro, John Daly, there's people would say that John Daly would be completely hammered and at the fucking, in the clubhouse or at the bar on Saturday night and have to play in the last group on Sunday. The last group, Eddie Money, is the group that's leading, right? Those are the leaders going into Sunday. And he'd show up, wouldn't even take fucking, wouldn't even go out to the range, take any practice shots. He fucking one swing and he's ready to go.
So he was like college Johnny Manziel.
Dude, there's nobody that could. I don't even think you could find a guy that in sports. I don't think. Maybe Michael Jordan gambling all night and going to play. That could maybe. And Jordan probably wasn't drinking. John Daly was just drinking.
Yeah,
drinking and smoking. That's what he was doing.
Just unbelievable. Yeah, Big Vern. Peanut butter and jealous, Big Vern. Peanut butter and jealous. But
big time.
Let's
real quick, and I should have done this in my firing. I don't know if you watched TGL last night. It was Tigers team Jupiter against Fowler's team. Fowler, did you see the shot where Tiger is 199 out? They tell him he's 99 out. He uses his wedge, and he only hits it like fucking 90 yards.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Dude,
I was watching it live.
I was watching it live, and I'm like, I started laughing because they're all laughing. It was fucking hilarious. Even
was
Tiger
great.
had to laugh afterwards.
It was great. He said,
Dude,
said,
how good is Tiger?
God, dude, so badass, so badass. He looks phenomenal too. He's on the juice again. He looks fucking great. He looks great.
Yeah.
But to end off our baseball talk, it was revealed today. Spring training, Major League Baseball, they're going to implement the Taparoo challenge, 2 challenges for the strike zone. I know Rafa has never been a fan of this. I'm so excited. It's only going to be
the tap.
You like
okay. If the hitter can tap the challenge, I fucking love it because the hitter's seeing the ball.
You have
for the whole game or per bat?
I think it's for the whole game.
It's for the whole game. So strategy's involved.
Yeah, a whole team gets 2.
Oh, well, then, I mean, that I don't like. If you get like 2 per inning, let's say, or maybe one in a bat, something like that, because it literally works within like a second or 2.
It says
so you're really not losing much.
2 challenges, and they only lose it if the challenge, if the ump's call is confirmed.
Oh, so you keep your 2 if you keep on winning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. I love that.
I like it. And there's certain, you can use strategy and certain rallies and shit like that, obviously. So, yeah, I like it. That part I love. I don't like the automatic fucking strike zone. That I don't want to see. But then having the ability to challenge, wonderful. Because you can't, we have the same problem in the NFL. When you're going to go to fucking some red fucking infrared bullshit so we can flag holdings and shit, like that's going to be the next thing in the NFL. That's stupid. It's human error. I don't think so. If you have an electron, it's human error. It's part of the game. Because they already ruined the play at second base forever.
Yeah.
When you ran a double play, you just kind of swiped the bag and got into it's like a neighborhood play. That's what it was called. You're in the neighborhood, he's fucking out. Like, I hate the fact that they're able to challenge at the bag. Because if the ball beats you, it was always, as we were kids, and when you practice or whatever, always in practice, if the ball beats you in the bag, you're fucking out. But no, you got kids doing this shit and swiping and all sorts of shit. Fuck that. Ball beats you by 6 feet, you're fucking out. But anyways, that's my opinion.
All right. Anything else on baseball? We are officially, I believe, 1 month today till opening day is what I think Dodgers are again in Japan or Korea. They're starting it out early.
They're in Japan this time, and they're gonna pitch. Well, supposedly what they're saying is they're gonna start the 2 Japanese out there. The 2 Japanese.
Have to.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yes, sir.
Can't not.
Yeah, dude, that thing's gonna be insane. Can you imagine that? Like,
that's
dude,
crazy.
If I'm them, I'm putting like rafters on top, like bleachers on top of bleachers and bleachers. Like,
dude,
standing room only. I'm selling every fucking ticket, bro. It's gonna be insane.
On the stadium.
Dude, seriously, like just floating shit up there. Do little fucking hot air balloons hanging over the stick, something.
The Dodgers should have one of those alternative jerseys and do the dragons, like or crouching tiger, hidden dragon, whatever the fuck it was.
I think they're doing a Japanese Heritage Night. I think they're doing crazy jerseys like that this year.
That would be freaking sweet.
I saw some guy talking about it the other day through Instagram, and he was showing he showed the Angels and the Dodgers. I don't know how true it is. They have like a Filipino night and a Korean night and a Japanese night, Mexican Heritage Night. I'm not sure how accurate those drawings were.
They have those type of nights, but
no, they designed a jersey for them.
Yeah,
is what he showed him.
The Japanese one's like a pinstripe Dodger one. Let me see if I can
what?
pull it up.
Last thing on the Dodgers. Let's not forget, that the Red Sox did not want to pay Mookie Betts. Okay, let's not forget that Freddie Freeman wanted to stay in Atlanta. The guy they got was great. Okay, but let's not forget that, Freddie sort of deferred. Like, he didn't have a choice, So when people want to bitch about that,
There you go.
There's the jersey.
Yeah, no, and you're 100% right. The trade for Mookie Betts, when the Dodgers traded for Mookie Betts, they traded for the second best player in baseball at that moment, was Mookie Betts. There was no denying it. You can go back to the year he was traded there. They traded for the second best player in baseball. So, I mean, all these people that are crying, and if GMs ever say anything like, dude, they made that trade because the Red Sox, Eddie's 100% right. They didn't want to sign him. And then Freddie Freeman, he said multiple times, even while with the Dodgers, that that offer was never relayed to him. So, that's two cornerstone pieces on the Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe other than Shohei, that is the heart and soul of the Dodgers. So,
and you mentioned Shohei. Let's not forget that supposedly there was rumors afterwards that Shohei went back to the Angels, and the Angels didn't want to match the Dodgers.
Yep.
That was a rumor all over town. So,
God, man,
it's hard to believe, but that's what was said. It was said by multiple people, agents, and all sorts of baseball reporters said that. It wasn't only Angel idiots. It was said. So
Asians and agents.
Asians and agents both said. Yes. Try saying that shit 3 times. Asian agents. Can you imagine? Fucking hey.
Oh my God, I cracked myself up. Okay.
For sure.
That's baseball. Obviously, I can't wait. Rafa's number one sport, baseball. Obviously, Cuban and heritage, his dad and coach baseball. Son plays baseball right now in Texas. So we're gonna have a ton of baseball stuff, and Rafa's super knowledgeable when it comes to baseball, and I always love and enjoy talking baseball with Rafa. One of my favorite things to do, other than play golf with him.
I'm also very much looking forward to it. Last season was like the first season where I was watching.
You were locked in.
I was locked in. I was watching random ass games.
Dude,
and,
Rafa,
it's great.
What is that money line? I mean, it's always jaded, right? Always jaded in Vegas towards Dodgers. Are we going to see a money line less than 275?
Dude, not for a while. I mean, because we can look like the Padres series last year, right? Where if Blake Snell pitched, or even the Kid King or Darvish, and those lines Dodgers were still minus 180, 190, 200. Now, maybe the best line you're going to get because when you look at just in division, right? When we're looking in division, what pitcher can the Giants match up where the line's going to be under 200? Under 200. They're
Giants, no. Giants, probably nothing. But Arizona, Diamondbacks, incredible. Gallen, you have Burns.
Even then, we didn't get them under 200.
You're right.
Not at home. Not
right,
home. So, I mean, Gallen in Arizona might be still, plus 135, 140 would put the Dodgers at minus 160, 165.
Yeah.
So, I think the Dodgers probably going to be favored in probably 150 games this season. 150 at least.
At least.
I'd be shocked. Maybe the series that they play the Yankees, and I don't know if it's in New York this year or how that's going to go. Maybe that series, they might not be favored, but I fucking highly doubt it. I fucking highly doubt it. Because they have 7 guys in their rotation, and not all healthy at this moment, but when they get there, it's going to be, first off, they'll still be
heavily favored. It's at home. That series at home. The Dodgers.
Yeah, so imagine how the rotation comes down to that. I can't see them not being favored at least 150 games out of 162, which is unheard of.
Crazy.
But it's that roster, that lineup, that fucking starting staff. I mean, it is fucking insane. Dude, this team, if healthy, the pitching staff, and I'm not even talking about all 7 fucking guys. Give me 4 of those starters, which would probably be aces on fucking, 25 ball clubs. If 4 of those guys stay healthy throughout the season, dude, they should win 120 games at least.
Yeah.
I think their total sits way too low, and I think it's 106 or 107 or whatever. Dude, I think that's free money. I don't know exactly.
I never hear Rafa say that.
Dude, that right there, bro. I mean, this team, dude, it's it's too much. It's too much firepower. They won last year when they were missing pieces starting with the starting rotation. So imagine this year. with the they picked up Blake fucking Snell. Okay, Blake Snell. It's not like, oh no, we have Blake Snell. That's a fucking ace. All right, that's a fucking ace. Yamamoto. After the rough couple weeks he had after that when he was healthy, he was phenomenal. You have the other kid, the other Japanese guy that just, dude, the rotation.
Roki.
Fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts.
Rogers'
Dude,
win total is at 104.5.
Oh, dude, are you fucking kidding? Dude, listen, I don't believe in free money in anything and mortgaging your house or nothing. This shit, you mortgage your shit, you walk into the fucking MGM and lay down $50K or $100K on the Dodgers winning over 105 fucking baseball games. Are we fucking nuts?
I hate it.
Dude.
I hate that. I hate that. It's such a jinx.
Dude, are you
But,
fucking kidding?
It's almost
Dude.
as bad as my Chiefs winning the Super Bowl fucking double jinx here.
Dude, this is not a double jinx. This is not, bro. This is not a double jinx. That team, Eddie, the only, like, if we look at the outfield, that's the only part, right, where maybe the outfield, maybe at third, but other than that, and even then, like, where are the liabilities? Is Mookie playing short? What's Mookie playing? Like, there's very small liabilities on offense. Very little.
He was projected to play short.
And now he's at he's at a year, almost a season. You're going into spring training knowing now you're the starting shortstop. He can only get better. He's not taking balls in the outfield right now. He's not out there taking fly balls. He's taking 150 ground balls a day in spring training, and he was already working on it because Mookie's a horse, man. He's a workhorse, and he's still one of the best players in baseball, no doubt about it. Top five, for sure.
The next highest win total is the Yankees with 92.5.
Yeah, I don't mind that either. But the Dodgers, I feel like that is the one fucking lock. The Dodgers win total. Yeah,
it's really low.
It seems low, but you have to look at the Red Sox improvement, right? The Red Sox improve. I believe the Red Sox is a sleeper team this year in the American. I think they're going to be a lot better than last year. I think they're going to be right there in the thick of things with them with the Red Sox. So the Yankees total, I feel like it's right there. 93, 94, maybe 91, right in there. But dude, the Dodgers, I feel like that team, dude, I'd be shocked if at least they didn't have 115. And I'm telling you, I think 120.
Wow.
I really do. Because you're so deep at the starting rotation. You're deep. So if you have injuries, you're just super deep. I know they brought back Kershaw. What's Kershaw going to pitch? Once every fucking 2 weeks? That's not even like a thing. And I wouldn't be surprised if they moved his ass up open.
Sit him till All-Star break, which he usually did anyways.
Yeah. I just don't see it. I wouldn't be shocked if they had a month where they won 23 games, 24 games in a month. Like, I can see them reeling off 10, 12 in a row, losing 2 or 3. Dude, you can probably look at them and you could probably say that they're probably going to win I don't know how many series they play, whatever the number is. If it's 40 series or 45 or whatever during the season, I can see them probably winning at least 38 series this year. I seriously, I really see it.
Crazy.
I think this is the best team. This is the best team we've seen since probably that 98 Yankees team. Right around there.
Good point.
High regards for this Dodger team for me.
I know.
I think it's insane.
I can't stop appreciating, man.
Look at us doing 45 minutes of MLB talk.
Well, spring training. I think we got our first game tomorrow.
Yes.
We might have a game tomorrow morning. Spring games suck though. People who go out to spring training and shit, dude, the games kind of suck. Let's be real. They got split squads over here. You got motherfuckers over there. It's a shit show.
We should go, Rafa, and say that we're doing spring training and just golf.
And play golf. Play golf. Play golf.
That was the great game, honey. Oh, the game was amazing. Yeah, wow.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
By the way,
missed it all.
Ohtani's first game of pitching need to be there.
Yeah, we will. But I'll tell you something. I don't know if he's gonna pitch this year. I wouldn't. If I'm Ohtani, I'm not trying to pitch this year. And if I'm the Dodgers, I'm so deep that I'm not even trying to have Ohtani pitch.
Yeah.
There's no
I'm not even pushing that. Right.
Agree.
So,
Agree.
but since we're on LA talk, let's do a little bit of Laker talk, right? We got
Do it,
Luka
man.
going tonight. So they announced today that Luka's off that minutes restriction. So we'll see kind of what, but he's got to get those pounds down. He's got to get, he's got to get on some shit.
So
He's got to get on some shit.
there's been some leaking of information, and information always gets out when you want it to, right? And I think the Dallas Mavericks are trying to do some damage control. When he was out early in the year for a wrist for 5 games, I've heard that it had nothing to do with the wrist, that it was completely because he was out of shape. And who knows how true that is, but I do believe that it is a damage control method that got out there. If you've seen both games, he looks out of shape, right? He does look out of shape.
He looks really out of shape, but I think he'll be fine, and give him 3 or 4 weeks, and I think he'll get back to a little bit of it. But I'll tell you what, this offseason, if they don't win, LeBron, I think, will sit down with him and say, hey, listen, you need to come work out with me for a month and a half. Like, listen, go and eat, stuff your face until fucking August, and fucking show up at my house August 15th. And until fucking October 1st, you live in right here in Brentwood.
And, Eddie Money has mentioned it, that, rumor is he spends $1 million. To me, $1 million to LeBron at this point is absolutely nothing. It's the commitment. It's the one thing that you cannot, absolutely not hate on LeBron for, is that he eats right. He prepares correctly. He is dude, to be in the spotlight as long as he has and not have the big scandal of cheating, the drugs, the illegitimate baby. He lives his life correctly. And if it's the one thing that we need, or as a Laker fan, is that you do need Luka to really take the example and take the leadership of LeBron, because I mean, love him or hate him, whether he's the GOAT in your book or not the GOAT, he's not he's 1 or 2, right? He's 1 or 2. And it's the one thing that you cannot hate on LeBron for, is that, and Eddie Money talked about it, like, I forget who it was that tried to outbeat him.
Oh, it was Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves said,
Reeves was like, I'm gonna try to get to the arena before LeBron on game day. And he was like, one day I got there like extremely early, and LeBron's car was already there parked, and he was getting warmed up, stretching with the trainers. He was like, man, at that point, I'm just gonna go home and get some sleep. Vern said he would go to training and caddy for you guys.
There you go, Vern.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, Vern's so big, he fucking take both our bags, just like
he's walking both bags, just fucking boom. TBC Scottsdale, and fucking Vern's just pulling the shit. Probably carrying a Yeti with the fucking beer inside.
Vern
to get it done.
People will ever last as LeBron, if any, and none of them will produce the same way he has. Which
it's not even close. That is a thing that people don't understand. And you see all these idiots making memes or Instagram posts of he's padding stats. Like, that to me is the dumbest shit ever. Like, it really is. There was a game, I don't know, a couple weeks back. I think they were in Philly. They might have been down 20 in the fourth with like 9 minutes left. Dude, I watched a ton of NBA. I watched teams down 20 with 4 minutes left, and all the starters were on the floor still. So they were down 20 with like 9 left in the fourth, and it's like, all right, he's padding stats. Bro, they're only down 20 in the league that shoots a 3-point shot at a ridiculous rate. 20 points is in reality 7 to 8 possessions. 7 to 8 stops, 7 or 8 buckets, you're right back in the game. So at 9 minutes, you just want to hate and say he's padding stats. I think it's ridiculous. And that's the way haters watch LeBron. It really is. And it's a shame, because he's at 40 plus years old and he's at an elite level. He's still elite, and people don't appreciate it. And so, we've had Vince Carter play to this age. He was awful.
I was gonna say that was my exact argument. People was like, "Oh, LeBron's been so good." Well, he's played for 2 years. Yeah, so is Vince Carter. Vince Carter is not considered is nowhere near the GOAT conversation.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so did Dirk. Dirk was phenomenal during his prime, but he didn't play well in his 40s, into that age 40 season. Look, Michael Jordan's age 40 season. I sent this video to Jay the other day because he loves to send me shit on LeBron hate. I sent Jay a video, Michael Jordan, age 40. I think it's the last game of the season. They're down 20. Okay, I think it was 101-81, some shit like that, with 2 minutes left. He needed to score 2 points to end the season averaging 20 points. He comes in the game, gets fouled, okay, miraculously gets fouled, shoots 2 free throws, makes them both, ends the season averaging 20 points. Bro, it's like you did a make-a-wish for the GOAT, supposedly. Like, that's what that was.
Crazy.
That's what that was. I sent that shit to Jay, and I'm like, I don't want to hear it.
Vern always sends me. Go ahead.
Someone brought up a good point. They were like, Stephen A. Smith did like a top 5 people with the most pressure to win this season or like next season, and number 1 was LeBron. And they're like, Michael Jordan at this age wasn't even thinking of winning, and LeBron is number 1 most pressured to win at 40, which is nuts.
It is nuts. But Rafa, because of you, Vern and a plethora of other people always send me Jordan over LeBron stuff. And I say, guys, I am a Jordan is the GOAT guy. Send that shit over to Rafa and Yapin. I'm on your side. And to prove that point, I was in Chapel Hill this weekend. I want to show you something. I've been wanting to do this for a very long time, Rafa. And I said, I'm doing it because, who knows if you can get the other chance. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to show you guys something.
I got to watch this. I got to see this. Oh, he bought it.
Oh,
he bought it.
That's clean.
My. You should look good tonight.
I wish LeBron had one of those. The thing is that LeBron at that age was making NBA finals, I believe.
I've seen that. Go ahead.
Vern makes a good point. He says, it's like when people told Tiger to quit, and then he came back and he won. And it's 100% right. It's 100% right. It's just the haters, the guys who can't compete with them or couldn't. And Tiger did have that same issue. So,
okay, now let's get into this All-Star game. Let's get into fixing the NBA. It's enough of me patting LeBron on the back. Okay, I fucking sided with you on the All-Star game and this and that, but I have a hard time sleeping. The other night, fell asleep early, woke up at 12:30, and the HBO has a special called "We Beat the Dream Team," and everyone knows it was a 92, 94. Olympic Dream Team, first time that NBA players were allowed. And it's a documentary on the Dream Team, how it was chosen. And it's what's called the, I can't remember what the team, but it was incredible. You had Bobby Hurley. You had Allen Houston. You had Rodney Rogers. You had Eric Montross, center from UNC. You had Michigan, Weber.
I think you had Grant Hill as well.
Grant Hill. It was like the counterpart. Grant Hill was the next Jordan. Barkley. Weber was the next Barkley. It was an incredible documentary. And the one thing that really stood out to me, because, there's a lot of talk that NBA sucks, and I've said it, that it's the 3-point shot, it's doing this, it's doing that. But one thing that really stood out to me, Rafa, and I hate to do this, but I'm going to lay some blame on LeBron James, is that the competitive nature back then with NBA players was different, and you cannot deny it. The Larry Bird talking shit, guys did not get along. Larry Bird said it. He goes, I didn't have any relationships with anybody else in the NBA. It was his edge. Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing and Michael Jordan, they all hated each other. And more than the 3-point line ruining NBA, or everyone shoots three, I really broke it down to the competitive nature. And I feel like, looking back at LeBron, although very competitive, clearly feel like he just wants to be loved by everybody. Like, who is LeBron ever really had a beef with? Who is LeBron's counterpart? It was Kobe Bryant, only because Kobe just was a chap ass. And if you're going to blame LeBron for anything, it's bringing that era of, hey, it's the NBA, we're all getting paid. Like, let's compete on the court, but we can still be cool off. And let me sign you, and I have this, and this. That's what really stood out to me watching that documentary. That, I'm curious to think, where do you guys stand on that?
Well, I listen. I was kind of thinking about this the other day because I wanted to do kind of a piece on this on Yapping, but I'll do it here with you, so we can all listen to it and you can give me your take on it. This is what I believe. This is what I feel like. So the NBA for the last 10, 12 years, it's been we're not your slaves, is the mentality of, that's their mentality. They feel that the owners make so much fucking money that they need to unite to take some of this money. That's why when you look at the guys back then, like, the league wasn't making, billions of dollars. The owners weren't making billions of dollars to pay these guys. Now the players, for the last 10 or 15 years, that's the mentality, is we're going to fucking put our foot down. We want to play here. We want to play there. We want to play on this night. We want to play on that night. And we want to get paid this much money. And I feel that softened them up at the end of the day, because they care about the money. They really don't give a fuck. Back then, when Larry Bird was playing for whatever, 300, 400 grand, or whatever it was, I think Magic Johnson was the first $1 million player. Mm-hmm. Think about that. That was the first time that I got a $1 million contract, and it was Magic Johnson. So those guys, I think it was so different. Now, these guys are like, yeah, we're buddies, and we're all making fucking 25, 30, $40 million. Who are you going to spend that money with? The other guys that make the same amount of money as you. The other guys. Larry Bird would go home back to Indiana, and which is why he fucked up his back, because he was guarding. Okay? Because he had to do his own guard, because he didn't make enough fucking money to have people take care of his shit. So I think it was a lot different back then. Now these guys make so much money, they put their foot down. They don't want to be treated as, we want to run the league because we're the product. And that idea of it, I think, has united them into these friendships where it's not really that competitive on the floor. Like, if we look at it, if you watch it on a nightly basis, the only guy that really hates everyone, except for his teammates and LeBron, is Draymond Green. Like, he literally hates everyone. I don't think there's another player in the league that hates everyone, like it was back in the day.
Some would say, Rafa, that he 100% hates some of his teammates. He's shown it.
He slapped a bunch of them. But that's why I think it's that. That's why I believe that. And yeah, LeBron set a precedent for that because, he was the star. He was the superstar. He was making all of this money. And he wanted, it feels like all the guys were like, all right, if we got to all make this money together. We can't let these people, these owners, right? And these white owners make all this money and treat us like shit and trade us whatever the fuck they want. So we need to unite. And that's why I believe it. I believe that's the way it is. The All-Star game, bro, the All-Star game is a shit show. It's been a shit show for 10 years. It's literally been a shit show for a good while. So that's what I think. The All-Star game is never going to be good in the NBA, ever. Like, unless you put a prize pool, like a real prize pool, it's never going to be good.
Yeah. No. You know what? I think it's a great point, man. I really do. Because not only do I feel like it's the competitive spirit is not there, but obviously, like you said, it's not even within their own team. It's not even like I'm not gonna play all these games. You know, you have Kawhi Leonard, you know, obviously Joel Embiid. And it's another thing where, you know, another reason to give LeBron props is that he does care about the game. He does want to play every game. So as much hate as he gets, like I just gave him for bringing that competitive spirit, I do agree with you, Rafa. It has become us against them. It's like, bro, how do you think us regular concrete cutters feel? Like, how do you think the people, you know, like you're getting paid millions of dollars to play a game and you want to be bitter about shit? That
because they believe they're better. They believe that, like, if they don't call you to work, there's another guy who can cut concrete. There's not another guy.
Not as good as me, Rafa. Not as good as me.
But there's not another guy that, well, you're not being watched by, you know, a couple million people on television. But there's not a guy that can come in and fill the role for these superstars. Like, if Curry doesn't play for 2 weeks, there's not another guy that can fill that spot, right? So they feel entitled, and they had to unite, and that's why I think the league is so soft for the most part, because all those guys united. Look, you see during the offseason for years, Chris Paul and Carmelo and LeBron and Dwayne Wade, you know, out on vacationing together and all that. Those guys didn't play on the same team at certain points, right? They played together a couple times, but for the most part, that's why I think it's gotten soft. I think because they united, they didn't give a fuck about beating each other. What they wanted to do was make sure that they got their fair share from the owners. That's what I think. And back then, it didn't fucking matter because it wasn't on every TV fucking channel. There wasn't 200 games being aired a month or whatever the number is, right? That's what I think the difference is. Their competitiveness is there. It's not going to be there in the All-Star game, and I don't think it's there on a nightly basis. And that's the problem. And LeBron has 100% something to do with it because he was the superstar for the last 15 or 18 years or whatever. And he's the one who drove that. He's the one who drove all those guys to get paid and push that narrative. And Chris Paul was a big part of it too. President of the Players Players Union or whatever the fuck.
Well, make sure you
so
do
that's
that.
Why
Yeah, make sure you do that take again when your microphone fucking works on Yappin so we could hear it. I mean, we could hear it without the echo. But no, I agree with you 100%. I think you put that that was very well said. All-Star game. Fucking horrific.
I didn't watch.
I tried. And I am officially done with comedian, billionaire, 5'2".
Oh, Kevin Hart?
Kevin Hart. It's not funny. I've never been a huge Kevin Hart guy. Kudos to him for doing his thing. Obviously, he's a hard worker but he was telling jokes while the game was going on. He's talking shit to SGA over the PA system. SGA's face was just like, dude, shut the F up. It was at an all-time, I think this was an all-time low. And I don't know how it's going to be fixed, but Eddie Money had mentioned this earlier. And I don't know if this was planned, but NHL stole the fucking show. And in this era of patriotism and tariffs, it just hit a little different. All-Star game was played up in Canada, one of the games or whatever. They're doing like this series, Finland, Sweden, Canada, and US. It's great. First of all, it's great. And just before the whistle blown, dropping gloves because the Canadians booed the national anthem. Oh my God, dude, I guarantee you this second half of NHL ratings, I believe is going to skyrocket. It was just to do that. It reminds me of like Pete Rose in 1981 in the All-Star game, rounding third, diving head first and taking the catcher's head off I mean,
Great pool.
it's what we want to see. It's sports, it's passion. It's not about money. To literally drop your gloves and say, let's get it on. I'm not worried about getting hurt. In fact, I'm trying to get hurt and trying to hurt you at the same time. Hockey, I usually watch hockey in the third period. I go, did the over-under hit? Is it a good game? But, kudos to hockey. You figure some shit out. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but let's hire, like Eddie Money hired NHL. And if you want to talk a little bit more about it, Eddie Money, go ahead, man, because it was fabulous.
I mean, I wasn't really watching it because where I work, the screen's behind me, so I kind of have to pay attention to front. But I'll be watching tomorrow night. I never thought I'd be saying I'm looking forward to a hockey game, man.
Bro, that game and Kachuk, who's I think is the captain for the U.S. team, he was just at the White House with the Panthers. He actually was like, it'd be cool if Trump showed up because he was kind of the one who he credited Trump with kind of like he's the one who made them kind of boo the national anthem because of the talk, right? The 51st state and all that shit.
Yeah.
So that was like the take. So I doubt he shows up tomorrow. But because if he shows up tomorrow, that shit might just.
He's like, cancel my plans.
That might be fucking
it's gonna
wild.
be like every dude's gonna drop their gloves and just like it's gonna be like a fight at the Prez on Rinaldi and Sepulveda in the parking lot. Boom!
In fucking 1993.
Yeah, the Flojos against the VW fucking club. The mini truck club against the. It's gonna go down, and it's gonna be fabulous. It's gonna be must watch. And by the way, overtime in hockey is amazing, and then the shootout is incredible. People and there's plenty of scoring in hockey. By the way, plenty of scoring. It's great. It's just fucking great.
I love hockey. I'm looking forward to the game tomorrow night. I think it's going to be a really, really tight. I think it'll be a tight game, by the way. And watch that under.
What's that?
The first game was tight. So,
tight and under.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be like a 3-2, game, something like that.
Yeah, it's going to be fucking great, man. You guys.
But the thing is, like the Canadians feel like there's so much, like they're superior to the Americans in hockey. Right? Because they grew up playing it. That's all they can fucking play in that piece of shit country with all the snow. Like, all these people in their neighborhoods, they got they got to make ice skating rinks and all that shit because it's full of fucking snow. Yeah. So that's all they have to do. And we still beat you. So hopefully we can beat them again tomorrow.
Arizona State has a good hockey team in college. Go figure that shit.
Shocking.
Hey, the white boys are on a run right now. Cooper DeJean, Matt McClung, hockey.
Oh, bro.
Taking over.
Did you see? I saw it, I get home from work, I back in my huge work truck, and I just sit there just to wind down and I saw Skip Bayless's fucking. Did you guys see his commentary? I just saw it yesterday. He, Skip prides himself, like Rafa, on telling the truth. He's like, white boys are making a comeback. He brought up Cooper DeJean. He's like, white boys haven't showed up like this, like who knows when. He brought up McClung in the NBA All-Star game that, McClung wins the NBA slam dunk contest. Cooper DeJean.
3 years in a row, by the way.
Yeah.
Repeat.
Cooper DeJean he's doing shit that we haven't seen in a while, but he's not afraid to put it out there. He's like, white athletes making a comeback, man. Making a comeback.
I don't know. People hate it on Max McClung winning the slam dunk contest. He shouldn't be in it because he's not in the NBA and blah, blah, blah.
And blame the players for not participating. Like, what?
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't disagree with you. I don't care if he wins or he doesn't win. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Whatever.
The only thing, and this will be the last thing I say, and this is kind of stupid. but it's something I kind of just want to see, like an experimental preseason next year. I do want to see dunks count for 3 points.
What are we, the fucking
What
Rocket,
the
the
hell?
Rocket
I
Jam
know.
fucking...
Are we
I,
playing
basketball,
NBA Jam?
MTV?
Man? What is
you
this?
know what?
We
You know
playing
what, Rafa? Okay, Rafa, I don't know how you
NBA
grew up.
Because nobody dunks?
It's nobody dunks. Rafa, you know this because you grew up in my era, and I don't know, Eddie Money, how you guys did it, but there was nothing better than getting home in the summer, calling your buddies over, and playing dunk ball in the pool, and just disrespecting a mother
Dunk
effer.
ball is the most violent sport to ever be played.
Dude. We used to play at my house, and we played in the wintertime. So you'd look outside, and my pool, there was steam coming out because I heated the entire winter because my brother's friends, who were all fucking 17, 18 years old, my younger brother, they would all come over. And we had one court on each end, and we'd play fucking... But as a kid, though, Eddie, we used to have remember the breakaway rims that they go up to 6 feet, like the plastic ones? Yeah, well, I had my mom buy us 2. So we had them on each end of the neighborhood, like kind of, about 40 feet, 30 feet apart. And we're just playing fucking 2-on-2, 3-on-3, whatever. And you're just dunking on each other.
Dude, tell me you don't want to see
What it was?
the Greek freak just coming down the court and just putting his sack on someone's forehead for 3 points.
Rudy Gobert is preferably. I want him under the rim to see Giannis just fucking posterize fucking Rudy Gobert. 100%. I'd love to see that.
I did preface it with, I know it's ridiculous, and I know that you can't do it in an exhibition game, but it intrigues me. I'm not gonna lie. It's just something intriguing about it. I just want to see dudes go violently to the hole and be dunking on mother flowers, man. And
yeah, we don't see that anymore. These guys don't even want to jump anymore. They fucking want to get hurt.
Yeah, Ja doesn't dunk anymore.
Yeah, man. And Ja's an explosive fucking cat, man. What a guy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, before we get off the NBA, real quick, Rafa, the guru, can I get your Eastern Conference Finals and your Western Conference Finals? I know I didn't give you a heads up on this. But,
I'm gonna go right off the top of the dome.
Yeah, also break is over.
I'm gonna go and when people see this team, they think, fuck, this team has 40 plus wins. They might not have. When I see the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I watch the Cavaliers play frequently, 3-4 times a week, they have all of the pieces. They have a guy who can score the basketball from anywhere. They have a point guard who can play the game. They have Evan Mobley who can play down low. They have Allen who can rebound the ball. They have players off the bench who can shoot the 3. They have everything to get to the NBA Finals. Can they win the NBA Finals? Maybe not yet. I think they have everything to get there. And people are going to say, oh, the Knicks and this and that. When I see the Cavs, I think they're more complete than the Knicks. I really do. And then I'm not going to say Boston because everybody wants Boston. Everybody believes Boston's going to be there and yada, 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 and that roster. I'm going to go with a kind of a homer pick for me. I'm going to go with Milwaukee and Giannis. I think they started playing a lot better the last month of the season. Although Doc, I'm not a fan of Doc. He's always just been so inconsistent as a coach. And, he coached a phenomenal Celtics team to an NBA title and then another finals appearance. And he will stick to it and say it, and I say it with him, that when he had those 5 guys starting, they never lost a playoff series. There's no doubt about it. But he's struggled the last handful of years in Philly and with the Clippers, and he never got it done. But I'm going to take Milwaukee and Cleveland. I'm going to take Milwaukee and Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Wow.
In the West. Yeah, Milwaukee's my kind of a little bit of a dark horse there, but I believe Giannis and Lillard, they're just playing so much. They're playing a lot better. And so I'm going to take Milwaukee there, even though I really believe it's probably going to be Boston and Cleveland. But I'm going to go Milwaukee and Cleveland in the Eastern Conference Finals. And in the West, dude, I don't want to say it because people are gonna be like, oh, he's like fucking LeBron over or whatever. But I'm gonna go with LeBron and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. I'm gonna go with LeBron and Lakers in the Western Conference Finals with, this may be a shock, and I told anybody this when the season started, watch out with this team because Ja is fucking phenomenal. The Memphis Grizzlies and the Los Angeles Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.
Woo! Hot take, woo, woo,
I love Memphis, and for me, I know how good SGA is, and we'll see when when Chet comes back, how good they'll be with Chet. I don't believe in a team with a shit ton of role players, and when you have three guys with the same last name on the team, you don't even know who the fuck is who. Okay, the fucking Williams here, and Williams here, and Williams here.
I need a Jay Williamson. Which one?
Bro, I need exactly which one? Because the motherfuckers have the same name, different spelling. So I don't believe in them, and I didn't believe in them last year. Yes, I think they're a great regular season team. When you get down to a 7-game series, you get down to half-court basketball, I don't think they would be able to beat the Denver Nuggets. I don't think that a fully healthy Dallas Maverick team with AD, I don't think they can beat them in a 7-game series. I don't think they can beat LeBron and Luka in a 7-game series. So I'm not going to take the gun. I'm going to go with Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies and Luka Doncic and the Los Angeles motherfucking Lakers.
That's why
in the West.
Always got to respect Rafa. He always puts his nutsack on the table, ready to get chopped. He's not afraid to go against the grain. And and how many times have been like, oh yeah, save this shit, and then Rafa's been right. It's been a little more than not. So I love the picks. I'm not going to give you mine because he just gave a tremendous breakdown. But
we got 2 questions coming from Instagram Live from Jesse Toro. Or
what up,
Jesse
Jesse?
What's up, buddy?
He said, who wins on 101, Peyton Pritchard or Brian Scalabrine?
Oh, Peyton Pritchard will eat his big ass up. Are you kidding? I love Scalabrine though. You guys know Brian Scalabrine is, right?
Good. USC, baby, the fucking Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket. The Red Mamba. Is that what you call him, anybody?
White Mamba.
The White Mamba. Yeah, I love his. I love when he's now an analyst for the Celtics. I love listening to him when you're watching on the Celtics channel. But Peyton Pritchard for sure will outshoot him. He just draws him outside and roll right past the ball. 5'11" of Pritchard. He can say he's 6 foot. That dude is maybe 5'11" with the 3-inch boost in here. But I think Peyton Pritchard is a pretty good player. Reminding me a lot of TJ McConnell, to be honest with you. From the University of Arizona. TJ.
Yes. Go
He
Cats.
also asked, guys, not including religious figures, who do you think is the most impactful person in the history of the world and why?
Ooh.
No religious figures?
No.
Go ahead, Ed. You go first.
There's no religious figures. So since we're a sports show, I'm probably gonna go sports. And the first thing that came into my head was Muhammad Ali. He was probably the most well-known and most not going to say adored because a lot of people hated him, but he brought a showmanship that we have never seen in sports, and it reached worldwide. And me and Rich at bars in our 20s, we'd always get into this fight at bars. I would say greatest athlete of all time, Muhammad Ali. Rich would get up and say he's a fucking draft dodger, and we would just go at it. It was a great conversation. But for me, I remember 84 Olympics in Los Angeles, being at the LA Sports Arena, and Muhammad Ali just walking through the concourse, and I was sitting on the other side, and I had never seen a crowd go crazy like that. Obviously, he wasn't fighting, but Muhammad Ali was just and I guess if you want to put him religious, he kind of stood up for his religion and didn't go into the draft because of his religious beliefs. But to me, Muhammad Ali, number one most impactful person in at least in the modern era. Michael Jordan probably be my two, but go ahead.
So I'll give you the first person that came to mind. Like Eddie said, we are a sports show, but I did think of a politician first, Winston Churchill. For me,
Good one.
But since we are a sports show, and for me, I think it's Michael Jordan. And I'll tell you what, because when you saw Michael Jordan play during that late '80s and the early '90s, he did things with a basketball that people thought couldn't be done. Right? He can jump, he can hang in the air, all of those things, which now lead to we see guys like Grayson Allen come up and under from the baseline. That's a fucking white dude, but he can do it, and it's like so people are not watching him. And they're like, oh, people go crazy over this Jordan shit that he did back then, and yeah, but nobody did it back then. With maybe a little bit of Dr. J, or George Gervin, but not to the level of Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan was transcending athlete, and that's why a lot of people believe that he's the greatest player of all time because of that. And so I think he made things on the basketball court possible that people thought were impossible. And so that's why I think it's Michael Jordan, and he's probably the most recognizable figure on the planet. Like when people see that Jumpman logo, whether it's backwards because you bought him in the alley in LA or not, you still know it was a replica of Michael Jordan. So I think it's Michael Jordan if it's sports. And for me, that's who I would. Although Muhammad Ali is amazing, was amazing.
1 and 1A. If you guys haven't had the chance to see that HBO special, you get he is a different vato, man, and to this day he's relevant. Michael Jordan is still relevant, and there's a great Nike commercial that came out. I think it was during Super Bowl. Like, what if Michael Jordan went like I guess
to Adidas,
Reebok or Adidas?
I think it was Adidas.
Yeah, but that's a great question, man. We've never been asked that question. That was
the other one also that people could say also is Tiger Woods, because he made golf possible. Tiger Woods made golf possible for minority groups, and I'm not talking about minority groups like just black people. I'm talking about just you tuned in to watch Tiger. Nobody watched golf. Let's be real. Only old white people, and there's still a stigma that white people are the only ones who play golf. But I think Tiger Woods made that also. It can also be a transcending figure, at least for this side of the world.
Dude, no, Rafa. I know you follow Sunny Golf. There's a bunch of different. I mean, golf influencers is a humongous business right now. That's a great number 3. But Sunny, the golf guy who I love, he's just so freaking good. He went. I guess PGA has a like a show, the PGA show, and he said he's like, this is the most widest 30 and over event I've ever seen in my life. It's like, so it's still that. It's still that, but that's a great number 3. I mean, who knows? I started playing golf. I got my first Tiger Woods hat because of Tiger Woods. I started watching golf because of Tiger Woods. And
you wanted to see Tiger.
I still want to see him. I put that shit on last night.
Dude, me too. And I rarely watch. I watch here and there, but last night Tiger was on. I had to tune in. You have to tune in when Tiger's playing. It doesn't matter whether you have to tune in to watch Tiger.
How soon is Augusta, Rafa?
Should be like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 5 weeks away, something like. No, I think it's in April, right? So we're close.
Okay.
And Tiger will be there.
He asked if you guys watched the NC State North Carolina game earlier.
Matt, I saw the first half score and I was like, is this real? They were putting it on him. What did it end up being? It was 40-26 at half or something, and I thought it was.
I saw a huge lead. I thought I saw 91.67 at one point, but I had so many games open on my phone while I was driving that I don't know which one was which. So there was all sorts of shit.
Let's get into it. I have some college basketball.
It ended
stuff.
97-73.
Yeah. Dude, I think this is the time right now, and we always want to discredit, not always, I'm not going to say always, right? But North Carolina is a powerhouse. And I said this weeks ago when I was comparing the SEC football to the Big Ten. For me, I feel that college basketball starts with the ACC, with Duke and North Carolina. And when Maryland was there, Maryland was a hell of a squad as well. So I always still believe. So for me, when I see North Carolina struggling, it's like, and I've been a Duke guy since I was a kid. Grant Hill was my favorite player for a long time. Still my favorite Duke player ever probably is Grant Hill. But so when I see North Carolina struggling like this, and Fire Hubert Davis talk comes out or whatever, North Carolina always has the talent to just flip the switch, get it going, and that's always a team. It doesn't matter how bad they are. If they get into that tournament and they're an 8 or 9, nobody's going to want to play number 8 North Carolina team. If you're the 8-9 matchup, trust me, it doesn't matter who the fuck 9 is. If North Carolina's 8, you don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. So as bad as they've been, North Carolina is always a team that can make a run. In my eyes, I always believe that. As Kentucky and Kansas and those teams.
He's getting
but you're closer to the North Carolina thing than I am. So.
Yeah. I've had breakfast right behind Hubie at the Carolina Inn breakfast. It's such a small town. You run into almost everybody. But he's getting a ton of shit. And I think because he just got this humongous recruit that they even announced it on TNT that they're afraid of maybe pulling that trigger and getting rid of him. Now, it's been bad. It's been really bad, and I don't really get it. He's come out and he's made excuses. Oh, we can't do things like we haven't done in the past. There needs to be a GM. We can't, dude.
Those sound like just excuses.
100%. The women's team has had a GM. This is not a new thing. The talent is there. It's almost unexplainable. You have a tremendous backcourt. You have young, athletic wings. It's almost, can this flip? Can the switch be flipped? Let's talk about the SEC, Rafa, and how dominant they have been. The SEC is the ACC or the Big East. Back then, there could be 3 teams in the Final Four from the SEC. That hasn't happened since 1985, Rafa, and the Big East, when the Big East and Big East Mondays was like, oh my God.
Oh, that was fucking great. You remember that?
I'm in my backyard. I'm in my backyard. I have the gray and the blue Hoya Nikes. But let's talk about it. Alabama right now, number 1 offense in the entire country. You have Tennessee.
Dropped down there for a couple of years.
Yes, they've been. Yes, Tennessee, who Bruce Pearl's not there.
He's at Auburn though.
Yes,
he's the number 1 team in the land.
Before last night, I saw Houston play Arizona State last night. Houston, I know you don't like Houston, Rafa, but that backcourt right now, Houston number 1 defense, 57 points per game. But before last night, Tennessee was the best defensive squad in the game. You have Florida. You have Auburn, who I think is 4th or 5th in offense at 85 points a game. Kentucky. SEC is now the ACC of football or basketball. It's phenomenal.
Dude, they are coming on. I'm looking at it now. I want to look at real quick. And you got to remember, Arkansas, though, even though they're 4-8 in the SEC, they have a hell of a coach.
That's
also a team that could maybe make a run in that tournament, maybe in the SEC tournament, and maybe get in.
Calipari always doesn't look good in the first half. He always develops his team. Always.
But realistically, if you're looking at the SEC and we get down to it and we'll be looking at the brackets whenever, when they come out here in the next 3 weeks or so, 2 weeks, you can probably look at that bracket and people will fill out brackets where there will be 4 SEC teams in the Final Four, and it's all possible. And it's all possible. I mean, you have plenty of teams. I mean, you have Texas A&M and Florida, who's been fucking great as well. And Florida, Auburn, Alabama, obviously. Vanderbilt has been very good too, although they got spanked tonight by Kentucky. Kentucky, I mean, you have Mississippi State. Yeah, there's so many teams down there. You have A&M as well. I mean, this SEC, it's as good as the Big East and the ACC ever were this year, and you're 100% right. So I'm looking at Alabama and Auburn. Those are the 2 funnest teams to watch, I believe. Like, you watch those 2 teams, and it's just a ton of scoring. It's great coaching. I'm intrigued. But let's not forget the best player in college basketball, whether people want to believe it or not. It is the white dude from Duke, from Maine, Cooper Flag. Is there, dude? Have you watched him play?
I have.
Like, from start to finish. Is there a player more exciting right now than Cooper Flag to watch it?
What, Rafa,
I don't know.
I really hate to admit it. I've never been a Duke guy. When I wanted UNLV to beat them, I was a huge UNLV guy. I was a huge Fab Five. I was a huge Fab Five guy, and Duke always spoiled it for me. Always spoiled it. So
Bobby Hurley, baby.
Bobby Hurley. It just so happens that my kid ended up going to North Carolina, but always a North Carolina guy. But he's must watch. He is must watch basketball, and it's just not him. They have a bunch. I thought it was over when Krzyzewski, when Coach K was gone. I'm like, there's no way they could keep this sort of momentum and aura of Duke basketball, but they 100% have, and they are a force to be reckoned with. Defensively, they're great defensively, and if you haven't watched him yet, or you don't watch college basketball, I enjoy it. St. John's and the Rick Pitino. Watch St. John's and Rick Pitino play full court press up in your sphincter hole. It is the craziest shit you've ever seen. I mean, college basketball.
White boy is on top.
Dude.
Oh, there's no doubt right now.
White boy summer has started early.
You know what?
Started very early.
Skip Bayless, that might have been the third dude. He might have been saying Cooper Flag. But yeah, I would tank for Cooper. If I was in the NBA, I'd be tanking the shit because he has it all. He has it all.
Cooper Flag. They believe, and listen, it's obviously crazy to say, right? But Cooper Flag, they think that his style of play, because he can do so much with the basketball, pass the ball, rebound, blah, blah, blah. That his kind of the comp with him is rumored to be LeBron James.
It's not a rumor. It's not a rumor. It's not a rumor. But here's the difference, Rafa, is that Cooper Flag's a better shooter than LeBron.
Where he is right now, yes.
I agree with you. Yeah, at their stages, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
And
there's no doubt about it.
Jesse,
go ahead.
Jesse Toro, he has some more questions for us.
Go ahead.
Some interesting questions. Real quick, Tappy said, what happened to Blue Chips? Hadn't seen him in a minute. So our Blue
You
Chips.
got to pay for those now.
Yeah, subscribe.
You got to pay for that. Shit ain't free.
And then the first one, Jesse Taras, who wins in a fist fight? Dennis Rodman with some whiskey in his belly, or Zdeno Chara sober, both in sneakers on cement?
Oh, so are you talking about the soccer player, Zidane?
No.
Zdeno Chara.
First of all, I'm not. Yeah, Dennis Rodman.
Oh, he's a Boston Bruins hockey.
Yeah, the Bruins defense.
Charles. Yeah. Oh no, never. Oh, that's a.
I'm never taking an NBA player against a hockey player ever.
Yeah,
Like,
the dude fights on skates.
yeah, give me any hockey player. Give me fucking Marty McSorley against anyone. Give me.
There's been so many good ones, Rafa. There's been so many great enforcers in the NHL. But no, yeah.
Definitely not Rodman.
No,
Second
definitely
one.
Most likely to kiss a guy, Rodman.
Dennis Rodman.
Second one, he asked, who wins, Nick Saban with the Purple People Eaters or Andy Reid with the Steel Curtain, and why?
So we're talking about the 70s Minnesota Vikings team.
The Vikings.
Yeah.
With the 70s Steelers team.
And then who was the other? Andy Reid with what team?
Andy Reid with the Steelers. So that late 70s against the Vikings.
It's so tough.
Man,
It's so tough because
I'll
first of
tell
all,
you, I have to go Nick Saban because of the defense. Because we're only talking about defenses.
yeah.
Right? I don't think Andy Reid can whip up a much for Terry Bradshaw. Like, Terry Bradshaw wasn't whipping up too much. I know he won whatever.
First of all, this is a fact. What's his name? Who's giving these questions?
Jesse.
Jesse. First of all, if you don't know this, Terry Bradshaw literally called his own plays. So, Andy Reid's they're gonna be fighting on the sidelines. Andy Reid's gonna call on a play, and fucking Terry Bradshaw is gonna be like Lynn Swan. Just go deep, and I'll throw it to the flat with the Franco. So
But watching Terry Bradshaw on TV, I don't think he was smart enough to remember plays. That's me.
Okay. So listen, there is smart, there's intelligent, there's wisdom, there's football sense.
Smart, yeah.
For Terry Bradshaw to be calling an offense and win 4 Super Bowls. That's no ego, right? Like, that's no ego. So Andy Reid had a bad game, guys. Andy Reid had a bad game.
Give me Nick Saban all day with the defense.
Yeah.
Give me Nick Saban all day with the defense. You know what I was thinking about last night? I was watching the UCLA Minnesota game, by the way.
Oh,
And
great game.
What a fucking finish, by the way. Shout out to Minnesota Golden Gophers coming into LA down double digits twice, Saturday night and last night. Came back and won both games, by the way. But anyways, I was thinking about last night that we've never discussed, and I don't even think there's a discussion, in my opinion, who the greatest college basketball coaches.
There's no discussion. There's only one.
There shouldn't be. But there's a lot of people that will say Dean Smith and Coach K over John Wooden.
It's really hard because it's 2 different eras, right? No one's ever gonna do what John Wooden did, and John Wooden is legendary. The fundamentals, Coach K, unbelievable. I mean, let's talk about it. Bobby Knight just got surpassed by Coach Izzo from Michigan State the other night. I mean, this is why I love college basketball, because head coaches, you can see their imprint on a team. Wisconsin rolls out there with 5 white dudes. Iowa rolls out there with 5 white dudes. It's mind-blowing. And they compete with anybody because it's so much about coaching and system in college basketball. You see Rick Pitino, we are going to full court press. Imagine seeing a full court press in the NBA for 48 minutes. That's just fucking unheard of. But, obviously I've never seen UCLA, John Wooden, but team, I would have to say, even as much as I am a Chapel Hill homer, it's hard for me to say not Coach K. Really? Yeah. Coach K did it in an era where number one, Duke is an incredibly tough academic school, you know, and I just feel like Coach K is just and I love Roy Williams, but it's hard for me to say. But if I was to put a GOAT, I had to say Coach K. I don't know why. What about you, Rafa?
Wow, I go John Wooden, just because of all the accomplishments. Like I know, you know, he had Kareem.
Pyramid of success.
Pyramid of success, but he had Kareem and Bill Walton, and he won, and he got those guys. He won, and he won, and he won. So I would say John Wooden, and then Coach K number 2, Dean Smith number 3. I don't consider Bobby Knight in my top, and I think Tom Izzo is a better head coach than Bobby Knight.
Bobby Knight, my dad coached basketball. Bobby Knight is every coach's idol. Coach K, under the Bobby Knight tree.
Under Bobby Knight, yeah. Bobby Knight, he's like the coach's coach, right? Didn't give an F who you were. You know, Coach Cronin from UCLA. We've seen him get absolutely hammered for calling out his players and not kissing their ass. And everyone's like, ooh, this is a bad look, da 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 da. But think about it. That's exactly what basketball needs, and what Bobby Knight used to do. He didn't give a F. Bobby Knight kicked Isaiah Thomas and said, get the F out of here. You know, one of the best point guards ever. So that's a great question.
He has another question.
Uh-oh.
He has, who's more important to their sport, Caitlin Clark or Joe Montana?
Oh, that's
obviously.
Caitlin Clark. Montana was the era, I believe, Ed, right? I mean,
yeah.
For me, when I was a kid, I was a Niner fan because of Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. And the only reason that I might have tuned in to a WNBA game was because of Caitlin Clark. Like, I won't watch, and people can say this girl from USC is better than her or whatever. I won't tune in to watch her. I won't. And it's not because she's black. It's because the other bitch is white. Because we've never seen it.
We've never seen it.
We've never seen it. And I know we when Montana did what he did with that Niner team, we hadn't seen it at that time. We saw it with Marino a little bit. Marino didn't win. And Montana won, obviously. But with Caitlin Clark, it's something we've never seen. And she's taken her sport to not lose many millions. They're still losing money, but not as much as they did before.
Not as much.
They're still losing.
It's not even a question. It's Caitlin Clark by a fucking landslide. A landslide.
Go ahead.
No, that's it.
You can compare Caitlin Clark to the WNBA what Michael Jordan did for the NBA. Caitlin Clark, you can't. You can compare it.
No, I'm not laughing at you. Will Hanley said Iowa is the land of exciting whites.
Cooper DeShawn and Caitlin Clark. No, but
yes.
And all the tight ends ever.
And all the tight ends ever. No, I think Caitlin Clark, you can compare her to, and all these women are going to hate it, and they're going to talk their shit or whatever, but you can compare Caitlin Clark doing for the WNBA with Michael Jordan, and before Michael Jordan was Larry Bird and Magic, who kind of put the NBA on the map and gave you that rivalry of East Coast and West Coast and Celtics and Lakers, and then Michael Jordan took that to an even bigger level, to the next level, right? And it's just grown from there with superstars and so on. Caitlin Clark is getting the WNBA to a level that we've only seen since Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods in golf. That is the transcending athlete that she is. Because, you know, people can say Serena Williams for tennis, but before Serena, there was Steffi Graf and Monica Seles and Martina Navratilova. There's plenty of tennis women players that have done, but for women's basketball, which is the only other sport in reality, because women's soccer is not enough on TV for people to watch. And if it was on TV, I'd break my TV and make sure I never got that channel ever again because I can't watch it. But Caitlin Clark for the WNBA is transcending Michael Jordan status. There is no doubt about it.
Follow-up question. He said, same question, but Caitlin Clark or Tiger Woods?
It's for me, that's the same. They both did. Tiger Woods did for golf, and I know there was Arnold Palmer and Jack Nicklaus and Ben Hogan and all of those guys before. The thing is, nobody watched. Realistically, nobody watched. Nobody went out and played golf. And I'm talking about nobody. I'm talking about everyone else in the country except for white people would go up with, and we didn't play golf. I mean, I don't play golf because of Tiger Woods now, but I did watch it because of Tiger Woods. So I think for me, it's right around there. Tiger, Caitlin Clark, Michael Jordan. Those are three stars that transcended their sports.
Dude, Eddie Money.
Zach said Ronda Rousey still over Clark, and I totally disagree with it.
Listen, Ronda Rousey was a thing, right? She changed people's minds because she was so she was charismatic. She was different, the attitude, she was a must watch. But Caitlin Clark, she, like Rafa said, I wouldn't compare her to Jordan. I would compare her to Steph Curry. She does shit that you just don't see. I'm
not talking about the play.
Okay.
I'm just talking about what she's done for just impact to the game. Like Michael Jordan made you tune in to watch, and a bunch of people that didn't watch, they all tuned in to watch Michael Jordan, I believe, just like Tiger and Caitlin Clark. And by the way, let me get on real quick something on Zach, that what Zach said. Zach's right on Ronda, but not that she's not bigger than Caitlin Clark, like what Caitlin Clark did. But Ronda had fucking grown men believing that she could beat Floyd Mayweather in an actual fucking fight.
Yeah.
Like, if people believe that shit, I had an argument with grown-ass men at a poker game I used to host a couple nights a week, where these guys love Ronda so much. Oh, she'll beat Mayweather. Throw a breaker. What are we out of our fucking minds?
Bro.
So, but Zach might have been in that group of people, obviously, after that statement.
I have a horrible admission. It's a horrible admission, but
I hope you were one of them.
No. But
okay.
I've read not a lot of books, and I don't want to say how many, but I've read the entire Ronda Rousey. I read her whole book, which, I mean, that says a lot for me. I'm not a reader. So, but listen, women's fighting in the UFC is fabulous. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's a hell of a product. There's no doubt about it. It's the best women's sport you can watch.
Oh yeah, because I'm not watching WNBA. If Caitlin Clark, and even if she is, I had to accidentally stumble upon it. Can I fire someone? Can I fire? It's a late firing.
You can do whatever you want.
I want to fire DirecTV or whoever is responsible for the menu guide when it says UNC, NC State, UCLA, USC, basketball.
I know what you mean.
And then I click on it, and it's women's basketball.
Yeah. Dude, that's the fucking worst.
There is nothing that infuriates me more than that. Wait, what do you want? Do you want to be, pick a side here? Are you great or you're not? But stop tricking me into thinking I'm going to see USC, UCLA, and then
They gotta get
women's.
It infuriates me, Rafa. It just like volleyball. If I see Nebraska Penn State college volleyball and I click on it, it's men's, I'm just as disappointed. I want to see women's volleyball. I don't want to see men's volleyball. So it goes both ways.
That I could go either way, but I'm not watching it. But so no fly zone. No fly zone has a question here. Is Jalen Hurts on the path to the Hall of Fame? I'll answer first, Ed, and then you can fire away. I say yes. For me, it's yes. On the path, on the way there. I think he is. I think both of his Super Bowls that he's played against Patrick Mahomes and Spags and Andy Reid, I think Jalen Hurts outplayed Mahomes both times, and he could be 2-0 in the Hall of Fame. I mean, in the Super Bowl. So he's on his way to the Hall of Fame. His consistency during the regular season is far greater than what we saw with Eli Manning. who will be in the Hall of Fame, not this year, but maybe in the next couple or whatever. He won 2 Super Bowls. I think if Jalen Hurts keeps his consistency and wins another one, I think just one with the consistency that he's having, I think he's definitely in the Hall of Fame.
So I'll say this, and I got a little bit emotional. I mean, not tears rolling down the face or anything, but as I was watching the celebration of the Eagles and watching Jalen Hurts get his comeuppance or his flowers or whatever the fuck you want to say, I turned to my wife and I said, you know what? I've always respected this dude right here. This guy was the starting quarterback for Alabama in a national championship game, got benched for Tua. Tua comes on and wins and never even looked bitter for a second. When that happened, I will always be a fan of Jalen Hurts. He dresses phenomenally, by the way. He dresses classy.
Very elegant.
He's not a rap guy. He listens to 70s R&B. The dude is as smooth as lake in Canada with a bunch of Canadian haters playing hockey on it. I said this last year, Rafa. I said he's very close to being a superstar. I get a kick now of these commercials that you can tell are edited, that Patrick Mahomes was supposed to be a big part, and now there's a little like the T-Mobile. They just give him a little 5-second, thing. But Jalen Hurts, I agree with you, Rafa, and that team is built to win for a little dynasty going on there. But always been a fan of Jalen Hurts, classy individual, because of the national championship game where he got benched.
Yes. So, by the way, and no flies will said Eli is not a Hall of Fame, not a Hall of Famer. He will be in the Hall of Fame.
Facts.
His last name is Manning, and he beat Tom Brady twice. His regular seasons, for the most part, were shit, average at best. So I think he gets in. Maybe not next year, maybe not the year after, but I think he will. I think he will get in.
Oh, he's getting in.
Jesse brought up another phenomenal question. Oklahoma drill. Ray Lewis is on Adderall, and Lawrence Taylor is on coke. Who wins?
Oh fuck! That dude.
Oh man! Did they both just get out of a club and are sweating and evaded?
Is it right after the Super Bowl? Is it right after Super Bowl win? Because we know Ray's a killer. Super Bowl wins.
Ray's a killer, man.
Ray's a killer, man.
Oh,
dude.
that's
good.
That's Godzilla or King Kong. We should probably make a movie about that. Yeah, there's no winner. There's no winner. Both men die.
Both dudes die on impact. It's like 2 fucking rams just ramming each other, and they both just fucking die.
Implode.
Dude, that is a great question. If I had to pick one, by all the Ray Lewis memorabilia I have, I'm going to go Ray Lewis. If I had to pick one, I'm going to go Ray. But I don't want to pick one.
You're a sick dude for even thinking about that.
Yes, I like it. It's a fucking phenomenal question. It's a great question.
That's the funniest question we've ever had.
That's a great question.
Crazy.
By the way, Rick Flores is in the house.
What up, Rick? The tricksters. What up, man?
So what's Rick saying? Just to clarify regarding the fire on the guy, it comes from the network 99% to whoever broadcasts. Sports always do last minute changes.
Yes, Rick is a
insider information right there.
Upper management, Comcast, or that's
Direct TV or Spectrum or something.
Yeah, is there a suggestion box at your work? Can we put men's or women's basketball in the guide?
Well, see, I know that if I see it like on a Wednesday night, I know it's not North Carolina against Duke men's. Like you got to also like that shit on Friday night. Like it's not, that ain't it. Those are women. But if you do it on a Saturday, that's gonna fire me up too.
By the way,
when they do it, when I'm on the phone and I go to ESPN.com, it's like a massive game, like Alabama Auburn, right? And they should be on the front of ESPN.com when you pull it up on the mobile. The game ends, and all of a sudden I get a fucking the thing on the top is like South Carolina against UConn women. What the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Don't like it.
Yes. Also, put that on your golf bags. Apparently, I bought a women's golf bag. It doesn't work.
All
very
right.
good. What up,
All right.
CJ? How's it going,
What
man?
am I?
CJ's in the house with
My
the skin
CJ
tone
here.
himself.
Yes, with the cut T-shirt.
First of all,
Oh, before
I'm
we
firing. I'm stepping here and say I'm firing Will Hanley for that bullshit ass comment. I don't even.
That was a great
Will,
comment.
brother, I ain't even met you yet. You ain't even said hi virtually, and you gonna go ahead and label me skin
It
tone.
doesn't
First
matter.
of all, I'm gonna fire you for doing that, but I'm gonna hire you because the shit was great. It was a great fucking thing today.
You know what?
Loved
I should have said, "What up, skin tone?"
Skin tone is in the house.
Will
Any
Hanley-
money, you got something?
Yeah, we got two things. We got another phenomenal question from Jesse, and then we got some breaking news. Jesse said 2v2, Peyton Manning with Edelman or Tom Brady with Cooper Kupp. Manning's on Adderall and Brady's on avocado tequila.
Oh no,
What is going on?
for me it's Brady. For me, it's Brady and Cooper Kupp over Peyton.
I'd say Brady and
and
Cooper Kupp there.
Yeah, Peyton needed black receivers. Like he could have had, Dallas Clark was fine at tight end, but Peyton needed black receivers. Tom Brady did it with whites. Man. Wes Welker, Julian Edelman.
Stepping into
Yes.
So
I see.
But the reason why I brought CJ in here, we had some big breaking UFC news, which that we
Oh.
thought we'd get a reaction if you guys get it. CJ, you want to break it down?
Yeah, man. Ilya Taporia has vacated the title at featherweight and moves up. And now Volkanovski and Lopez are now fighting for the featherweight vacant title. So we are getting the return of Alexander Volkanovski. And I said this shit last year that these UFC champions are so hell-bent on being double champs and moving up and wanting to be this Conor McGregor. But you have won two. You have defended your belt twice. And I understand against Max Holloway, against Alexander Volkanovski, two of the greatest featherweights of all time. But those are still just two. I need to see a guy defend his belt 5, 6, 7 times, like we saw John Jones do, like we saw Daniel Cormier do, like we saw seeing all of these guys in the back in the day defend their belt multiple times. I don't understand why these guys just want to move up. Dana's talking about, oh, it's because he can't make weight. Buy that. I don't buy that for 2 seconds because he's been talking about moving up since he's got his hands on the belt. I don't buy that for 2 seconds.
Can I give you my theory? Is that I think these guys are understanding now that their time frame is shorter. It's not what it used to be. It's not you could fight for 12. The fighting game is so violent, is that you want to make the biggest impact possible. It's just my opinion. But listen, making weight is a thing, CJ,
Yeah.
or skin tone.
No.
I'm sorry.
Daniel Chael Sonnen said that's the number one reason why guys retire. They don't want to beat the scale, and I get it. But when you have been saying this whole time that you've been wanting to move up from the moment you got the belt, and weight has never been an issue, a big issue for Ilya, I don't buy it. I don't buy it for 1 second. I think he's bored of the division. He's obviously way better than the rest of the division, but he still has to walk into the octagon and put them paws up. Like, that's what I'm saying.
These guys are cutting 20 to 30 pounds skin tone. 20 to 30 pounds.
I'm going to come up with a name for you. I'm not going for this shit.
Yeah. It's okay.
I love it.
It's
it.
amazing.
CJ, you did bring it upon
Many
yourself.
Puerto Rican man.
You brought it up
named after the
yourself.
You brought it upon yourself,
You made
CJ.
you made it yourself,
You
CJ.
made your skin
Not
tone.
fucking Will Henley.
You know
Yeah, of
what?
course you did.
Can I, if you put MC in front of it or DJ, it even
MC
sounds
Skin
better.
Tone.
MC Skin Tone or DJ
MC
Skin
Skin
Tone.
Tone. There you go.
Does that
MC
make it
Skin
We
Tone
got-
is good.
Yeah, it makes him legit as fuck. By the way, Will Henley said Brady on Adderall or Bill on Viagra.
Oh,
Man.
Jesus.
Dude, Bill's on Viagra on the daily.
Daily.
Yeah.
On the daily. Dude, I think Bill takes probably more Viagra than my dad, and I think my dad might have been the first human to try that shit. He might have been the first guinea pig, and Bill, I think, has exceeded that.
Dude, Bill. Let's talk about that for 2 seconds.
What?
It's just Bill Belichick.
Don't say it, Eddie.
No, it's disturbing. It's disturbing.
What is disturbing about it?
At the same time,
What do you mean?
Oh.
What is disturbing about it?
It's the
weird.
most
disturbing about it?
It's the most gangster shit I've ever seen. Did you
What
see
the
him
shit?
with the
What
man
the
boobs
fuck?
with this girl who looks like the captain of a
Why is that gangster? What is gangster about man boobs next to a chick that's 40 years younger than you? What's gangster about it?
That's gangster.
it's
Oh,
gangster,
No,
man.
no.
To have the balls to have the balls to go out in public like
You mean
that.
the money?
Bro, listen,
No.
Mike don't have money, and he's always dated women half his age. It's just a thing for men. Like when you have a sense of power to you, and Bill does, and there's a lot of men, and not only professional athletes, there's men that have a sort of power. Their wife always needs to be a trophy. And Bill, a 60-year-old dog or 65 or whatever, he found himself a 25-year-old trophy. Who
Why?
goes to
gangster.
Bill, and he's a motherfucking gangster.
That's gangster, man.
Hey, man.
The thing, bro, he's fucking bitches younger than you guys. Y'all ain't even getting bitches like that. And you guys are 40 years younger
We
than
don't
Bill.
got fucking 25 million in the bank. If we did, we'd be fucking anything we want.
That don't
I think
matter.
that's-
Bill's got a tongue on him, baby.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Jesse with another great question.
Oh god.
Oh gosh.
They're getting
Who is
crazier.
a more exciting white, Trump in 1776 or General Washington in 64 Vietnam?
Ooh, man. Dude,
Shit.
Trump is a goated white dude. Like, he don't give a fuck. So can you imagine him fighting the British?
1776 would have been
George-
accepted by the whites.
George
He's a little
W.
bit too orange.
Bro,
George-
Trump would have been the biggest dude in 1776.
Yeah.
Trump would
like,
have been the biggest
They
guy
might
in
have put his ass on the
1776.
plantation just because of how big he is.
Yeah, he's like, nah, bro, you black.
You
First
right.
of all, Trump would have a wig on because it was totally acceptable, so that would be cool.
Oh, are you kidding? Yeah,
but George-
fuck yeah.
George Washington was rolling around with wooden teeth, man. That's
Right.
gangster too.
From the slaves.
From the
they
slaves.
enslaved.
Oh, man.
See?
Oh,
Crazy.
damn.
These
Dude.
white motherfuckers was crazy, man.
Trump is goated. Trump is goated. Can you imagine Trump 6'4", walking around in 1776, just fucking grabbing these little dudes, these little British dudes coming across? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Are you
Tariff.
kidding? There's no fucking tariff and immigration and shit. Get the fuck out of here, homie.
Yes.
This is
This,
America.
this is our tea. Fuck your
Yes.
This is
tea.
our team. Our
Damn
boss.
right.
Jesse, I don't know how
Great.
you're coming up with these questions.
We have
but these
the
are phenomenal.
best muskets, the most powerful muskets.
We
are
do.
the best, most
They're
powerful
great.
muskets. They're great. They're the best. They're the most spectacular.
We have the best soldiers. We have the best soldiers.
But let-
Yeah,
let-
we have the best blacks. We took the best slaves. We bought them all. We bought them all.
We
Can I
imported
okay. I gotta eject on this conversation. Let me ask you a question. Okay, because oh my god.
Oh, fuck.
Will, thank you, Will.
Thank you, Will.
We just went off the fucking rails.
This
Will
segment
and
is
Justin.
sponsored by MC Skin Tone.
Yeah.
Will and Jesse got skin tone going over here. Hey, that's a great question. Great questions tonight, by the way. I'm loving every question.
I have a question for you guys.
I'm not reading this out loud.
But yeah,
Yeah.
Brady can sling the rock, but Bill can sling the cock. 100% Bill Belichick is a cock slinger. There is no doubt about it.
It's-
Down.
it's-
He's the number one cock slinger in the country right now, Ed.
I
You
can't.
got yourself a hell of a head coach, Ed.
So okay, my question.
Cock slinging ass.
Wait, Will, you ain't lying. You ain't lying, Will. But let me say this, okay? If douchey or not douchey, okay? So, Sonny lives in Chapel Hill. My son lives in Chapel Hill. Lives in this apartment complex outside of the campus, and what was a starting quarterback, Brad Johnson's son, is his next door neighbor. Like, not apartment wise, like literally they see each other almost every day. At the bookstore this time around last Saturday, I bought a football, a UNC football. With
You had him autographing?
well, no.
Did
Hold
you have
on.
him autographed?
Well, okay, douchey or not douchey? This would be a segment. Okay, I gave it to Sonny. I'm like, hey, can you tell, Kid Johnson to go have Bill Belichick?
Not douchey. Not douchey. Not douchey. Not douchey.
Oh,
Not douchey at all.
dude.
Not douchey at all.
My family yelled at me. He can't do that. He
not
can't
You
do
were fine,
that.
Eddie. You were fine.
Dude.
He is an athlete at the school. He has every right to do that for you. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you. Yeah,
I'm just
Sonny.
saying. My
Sonny,
dad has done the same shit.
get that shit signed for me, Sonny. I want,
Yes.
you know what, and have him sign Bill Belichick, cockslinger.
Cockslinger, 100%.
Yes.
You were going to say. I thought you were going to say you were going to have the kid give it to Pops to have Brad Johnson sign.
I said
I
that
thought that's where
too.
you were going.
No,
That's what I thought you were going to say.
I said because I didn't want to make him feel bad. I'm like, and have your dad sign it too, but that's not really what I want. I want Bill Belichick's fucking signature.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and then you just fucking wipe off Brad Johnson's signature after Bill signed it. You're fucking with some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and he's fucking don't use permanent marker when your dad signs it.
He's
Okay.
Expo.
Because
Yeah,
listen,
exactly.
no one believes that Bill's gonna be there for more than a year. He's one and done, man. He's one and done.
Yeah. Yeah, he's gonna get the chick pregnant. He's gonna have to,
Gosh, my
Good.
God.
go lay down.
Does
You know what?
he-
You could have sent him. You could have sent him. You could have sent him like a sample pack of Cialis and the football, and Bill could have signed the pack
Sample
of Cialis.
packs?
Yeah,
Bro,
well,
that-
yeah.
Dude,
That-
He has
Just so
a-
he can sign the sample pack for you, and then you get
He's
the
like-
sample pack. You give him the bill, you take the sample pack back.
I promise you, he has like a gumball machine in his bedroom, like a fucking just crank it, crack, like an old school fucking gumball machine, and that shit just comes
Bro.
out. Come on, man.
Yeah, cockslinging Bill. That is fucking great, by the way.
We got to go next
Wow.
year. By the way. We all got
I
to go
just
to
thought-
a game next year.
Yeah, we do. This is so off topic. Do we see the greatest basketball athlete of all time at our school? He was in our basketball.
Oh, that's not the first time. He's been there before.
He's been there
For
before.
that, yeah, he's been there
Really?
before for that
Yeah.
whatever league.
By the way, if you guys don't know what skin tone is talking about, LeBron James was at St. John Bosco last night. That's what skin tone is talking about. So you guys understand. LeBron James was in Bellflower, California. He
I've
made
seen
the hall.
I've seen Nick Saban at St. John Bosco. You have too. That's more impressive to me.
No,
No, because LeBron was still
no.
LeBron lives fucking 15 miles away. Nick Saban.
No,
came-
but he
When
was
Nick
sitting in
Saban
the
shows
same
up on
stands that
campus
we
4 or
sat in
5
for
times a
assembly.
year, when Nick Saban shows up 4 or 5 times a year, 4 times, like, all right, bro, fuck off. All right, well, I seen you already.
Whoa.
I'm just
That
saying. I'm just saying.
By the way, dude, listening to the intro again, every time Eddie Money's Buffalo Bills comes up, and then Skin Tone's the SDC football thing.
Yes.
I mean, it is just it hurts.
Eddie, can I put this on the stage for
Put it on
debate?
the stage, man.
Eddie's take is worse than my take. And here's
How?
why.
Which any take?
Here's why. Because yes, I said Colorado, yada yada yada. We're talking about Mount Wowo. We're talking about the Mount Wowo takes.
Yeah.
The anus of takes.
We know.
Everybody said that the Bills would never make. Josh Allen would never make
Oh.
the playoffs again. He
Oh,
said
I thought-
again. They make the shit the next year.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I thought you were talking about my Brock Purdy.
No, he's up there. He's up there.
What's worse, my Colorado take or Eddie Money's Bills take? I'm standing.
No,
Eddie Money's-
Colorado.
Josh
The thing
Allen.
is, CJ,
Josh Allen.
that Josh Allen take is bad, but that night you fucking sat in that chair, and we were in Downey. We were in Downey. No. Listen, we were in Downey. You sat on that fucking chair
Yeah.
like you were fucking Clarence Thomas, like you were the smartest skin tone cat in the world.
no,
and
he
you
was-
I
swore.
was in
He was
Texas.
doing the Malcolm X pose.
I
Rafa.
was in
Oh, is that? Oh,
I
were you
called
in Texas? I thought
I
you were there.
called in.
But you called it. It was worse. But Josh Allen take is pretty bad, dude.
It's really bad.
I will say I did
We all-
double down on it with our Dalton Kincaid bet, and I won that. So that's a consolation. Okay.
No, there's no fucking consolation.
No.
That's in the intro. You are fucking sitting on that top.
I'm
Oh,
making a new
Dalton, my
intro.
friend.
Don't worry. Don't
Oh,
worry.
okay. You're gonna change that. You're gonna change that stupid shit.
Listen,
Yes.
I don't know how much time you guys have. I have all night and another half a bottle of wine. But I would like to transition into NFL because I do think there is some topics that should be addressed. And when we talk about Josh Allen, what comes off the top of my head is that Cam Ward came out yesterday and gave the warning, which I believe Josh Rosen did.
Yes.
St. John Bosco, like if you pass me up, what's the quote? I have the quote here somewhere verbatim. It's where is it? Cam Ward, if you don't draft me, that's your fault. And I feel like that never goes well. Oh, there's plenty.
I'm sorry.
Listen,
Go ahead.
I just don't know how I feel about it. The other news is, this is great news for Brock Purdy, that the NFL announced today that
22 million.
that the cap will go from 255 million last year to possibly 281. So I'll up my offer to Brock Purdy, and I will give you 40 million, Papa, not 35.
Dude, Eddie, this take is a bad take. I know you want to die on that mountain. I know you want to die on that mountain.
He proved it to me this year, Rafa. He proved it.
Eddie,
to me this year.
Eddie, please.
I don't understand the people in the
Go ahead.
comments because although that I disagree with Eddie that he doesn't deserve to be paid that amount because I think he's earned it. Doing that strategy and going to him and saying, "Hey, I'm going to pay you less, and if you don't take it, we're going to potentially go out and get another quarter." I don't disagree with that strategy. I don't think that was a bad strategy.
Hey, do you go into a car dealership and say, "Man, this fucking car's amazing.
Right.
I want to fucking
want it
give
for-
you as much as I can for it."
Right.
Like,
That's not
No,
the same
man.
thing. That's
It
not the same
is.
thing. It is not the same thing. It is not the same thing. We can't keep doing, like, you cannot keep saying that Brock Purdy doesn't deserve the money because Trevor Lawrence turned out to be shit.
he
Because
doesn't
Dak
deserve
got
it
hurt.
either.
But they got it. You can't keep doing it.
Eddie, he deserves it. Like he
He deserves
like,
it.
he
Listen,
deserves
if
it.
they don't pay him, there will be 20 other teams or 15 other teams that will pay him.
Pay him what?
Listen, I'll tell you something, and I
disagree
know
with
this will be
you.
hard. Okay, all right. You think if the Raiders traded for Brock Purdy, they wouldn't give him the max amount of money?
No. Hell no. Tom Brady is there. No. Tom Brady didn't. No. I'm sorry. Listen, let's talk about the Cincinnati Bengals real quick because they're going to franchise.
Let's
T.
talk
Higgins.
about it.
They're going to franchise T. Higgins. They got to pay Hendrickson, the defensive end, who's going to demand around 27 to 35 million. You have the best receiver in the NFL, Jamar Chase, and you have Joe Burrow, who makes an average of $45 million. I said this in the group chat. That is equivalent to 52% of your cap for 4 players. As a GM, you got to play hardball. How can that work? You saw, so you're going to go all in on offense. You saw what happened with the Bengals last year. Amazing offense. Couldn't stop a fucking nosebleed. Okay. My argument with Brock Purdy is I can't argue that he was top 5 in everything 2 years ago. Did not have the same surrounding supporting cast. And what did we see? They didn't even make the fucking playoffs.
Did Joe Burrow make the playoff?
I'm not accepting.
Hold on, CJ. Hold on. Did Joe Burrow make the playoffs?
No, because all their money is spent on fucking offense.
Did Joe Burrow make the playoffs the year before that?
He was hurt the year before that. He didn't fucking play.
You just said it.
I don't know. Dude, listen. These quarterbacks, as great as they are, there was only 2 guys in the NFL that successful without superstars on offense besides them. And it's Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Nobody else. Every other guy that we think is great or maybe great. Joe Burrow, phenomenal. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. CJ Stroud. Okay, Nico Collins, Yada Mixon, one after the other after the other. Every fucking quarterback that's good has an elite player on offense. Every single one. Every single one. Joe Burrow may look better doing it, but he has elite talent. Sam Darnold, we saw how bad he was and how we want to crown him because he had 2 fucking great receivers and a really good tight end and a hell of a running back. Stout defense, and Sam Darnold, what did he do with actual weapons? Brock Purdy, it doesn't even come close. The weapons he had 2 years ago, they were good. You're going to tell me any of those receivers better than Justin Jefferson? You're going to tell me any of those? You think Brandon Ayuk is better than fucking Jordan?
You had the best offensive. You had the best offensive player in the league, Christian McCaffrey. The best offensive player.
And the year before, as a rookie, he didn't lose a game that he started and completed as a rookie. When he left that Eagles game, the quarterback guru in that head coach didn't have a quarterback efficient enough to complete a goddamn pass.
Justin
So
Johnson.
fuck if it was Josh Johnson. The shit that it was Josh Johnson, the guy who should have been in the league as a backup anyways. Okay? So I don't want to hear that because you already know what he can do with weapons. You already know. You've seen it. That's
What
the bottom
weapons,
line.
Rafa?
Well,
What weapons
and
will he
me-
have? What weapons will he
He-
have? If you pay him $50 million, what will he have?
it doesn't, Eddie, you still have to pay him. At the end of the day, every good team, every team that's in the NFC title game, in the AFC title game, they have a quarterback that can get the job done with what they have. Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, the 2 exceptions right there. Everyone else needs weapons. How many more first-round pick receivers do you need to give Lamar Jackson, and he can't even get to a goddamn Super Bowl? Okay? And he's worth all the fucking money because he's so dynamic. Yes, he is. But he still needs weapons to do it. He still needs weapons. He has a first-rounder in Jason Bateman. Okay? He has a first-rounder in Zay Flowers. He has weapons, and he couldn't get the job done. Brock Purdy, 2 Super Bowl appearances, or a Super Bowl appearance and an NFC title game appearance. He's worth the money. You have to get him weapons. All quarterbacks need weapons, with the exception of the 2 guys I coach. Everyone else has them. Everyone has them. Matthew Stafford, he's got them. Why? But he's got them. They got him. Sam Darnold has him. Jared Goff has him. They have him. Bo Nix got there. We don't know how. Trust me, next year we're not going to see any of that shit we saw with Bo Nix. We're not seeing it. We're not seeing it. Jaden Daniels, I'm sorry. As great as you were, you are not making the playoffs next year. Just letting you know. You can book that shit right now. Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix, that's a wild take because the Cowboys will be better. The Eagles, we know what they are. They will not make it. Jordan Love, he's got average receivers, but he's got a group of them. Okay, none of these quarterbacks are leading these. I'll tell you what, you put Brock Purdy on that Bears team, they're in the playoffs with all those weapons. So every quarterback has weapons. Joe Burrow just looks better than Brock Purdy doing it.
That's wild. That's fucking wild. Jaden Daniels was transcendent. Jaden Daniels with no weapons, Rafa, with no weapons, almost fucking took his team to with no. Especially, I think Scary Terry's is a great receiver. You think he's garbage, and took his team.
I do think he's good, not good.
Okay, well, you just said it. Jaden Daniels just took a team almost to the Super Bowl with no weapons. He was phenomenal. Lamar Jackson put a bunch of dudes out there. Josh Allen had no receivers almost the whole year.
Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes are the exception. They can carry.
Lamar
can carry
Jackson as well.
Lamar Jackson has first round receivers on his roster.
They suck.
They don't suck. Don't say that. They don't suck. Don't say that. Don't say that. They play.
They're not.
Fucking Derrick Henry. He had Derrick Henry. Jalen Hurts had 2 phenomenal receivers, the best offensive line in the league. I'll tell you what, if Jalen Hurts was up for money this year, would you say, oh, he's not worth it?
If
Would
I
you
was
say
Jalen
that?
Hurts, I wouldn't want to be the highest paid because he needed a full roster. He needed
Everyone needs a full roster except for Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, those guys. Joe Montana needed Jerry Rice. Steve Young needed Jerry Rice. I'm sorry. Peyton Manning needed fucking Reggie Wayne. As good as he is, he needed Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. He needed that. As great as he is. Dan Marino didn't have an elite receiver ever, which is why he never won. And we could have argued up until about 8 years ago that he was one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And we still can say that he's one of the 3 or 4, 5 greatest of all time. You think if Dan Marino didn't have Jerry Rice, he wouldn't be fucking a 4-time Super Bowl champion?
How good was that? This is for you, Skin Tone. How good 2 years ago was that 49er defense? You probably had the 2 best defensive players in the league in Bosa and Fred Warner.
What's your point?
My point is you can't pay everybody. Brock Purdy.
Yes, but everyone pays a quarterback.
After these Tua, Kirk Cousins, Trevor Lawrence, Russell Wilson, how many examples do you need before the market corrects itself to say, you know what?
It never will. It never will. It will never correct itself ever. That it's not happening. It is not going to happen.
What I don't understand, Eddie, is that you are. If it seems to me that if you're the Niners, you're more willing to go for Jackson Dart than you're willing to pay for the quarterback that has gotten you to an NFC and a Super Bowl. I don't understand. That's what I don't agree with.
I'll tell you exactly what it. I'll tell you exactly what it is. It is the illusion that you can get to a Super Bowl with a quarterback that is under a rookie deal because Joe Burrow did. Okay, what has Joe Burrow done since then? Okay, the year after, yeah, they beat the Bills on the road, got the title game. What have they done since then?
They beat the Chiefs 3 times.
Once in the playoffs. That was it. One time in the playoffs.
It's not a rookie thing.
It's not exactly what
it's not a rookie.
They can get a cheap quarterback and get there. That's what they believe. That's the system that they believe. You're trying to get the most important position in the league, Eddie.
It's more than a rookie thing.
What is it then?
It's Brad Johnson winning a Super Bowl with Tampa Bay Buccaneers with a stacked roster. It's Joe Flacco winning a Super Bowl. Those weren't the best quarterbacks you've ever seen. They were not incredible quarterbacks.
No.
They were incredible rosters. And if you give Brock Purdy $55 million, you can't have Trent Williams at left tackle. You can't have Bosa.
He's done anyway.
You can't have the best linebacker in the NFL right now. You have to make sacrifices. You have to make sacrifices.
This is the difference with the guys you just named. Brad Johnson, Joe Flacco. Those guys were never top 5 ever in anything. Those guys didn't come in as a rookie and lead the team to an NFC title game where he got hurt. A game they could have won and should have won if he was healthy. And we all know. All the Eagles fans, they know that. Okay, they know that. With a rookie, he would have gone in there and beat them because they almost lost that game. If you actually rewatch that entire game, and I've watched it twice, watch that game, you're going to tell me that the Eagles were better than the Niners? Not even close. All you needed was a healthy Brock Purdy. The next year he comes out. He comes out next year, the year after, and he's top 5 in everything. Brad Johnson was never top 5 in anything. Okay, Joe Flacco was never top 5 in anything except maybe interceptions. That's the difference. You're talking about one-hit wonder Super Bowls. Okay, the Ravens with Trent Dilfer. That was probably one or the 2 best defenses we've ever seen. Okay, Jim McMahon with the Bears. That was the best defense we'd ever seen. All right, Phil Simms with the Giants. Was Phil Simms better than any of the other quarterbacks that are in the Hall of Fame? You know, Joe Montana, he was better than none of them. Okay, he was better than none of them. So Brock Purdy, what he did last year, not this past season, the year before, with a healthy roster, was top 5. That you cannot unsee that. The thing is that he's not. You can't unsee it. I'm sorry. He's not 38 years old. He's not 38 years old. He's not Aaron Rodgers. Okay, at this stage in his career, that's not what you're seeing. You saw Brock Purdy finish in the top 5. Nobody saw C.J. Stroud. If he was due for a max deal, you wouldn't pay him? You wouldn't give C.J. Stroud all the money?
I would give CJ because I believe has the talent to be one of the best quarterbacks. I don't believe Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy has shown you, though, Eddie. He's shown you. He has shown you.
He's also shown me what he is without the best roster in the NFL, which was last year.
Zach, you're wrong, by the way, because Purdy's a quarterback. Okay?
Right.
The quarterback position is the most important position. People trade up in the draft to draft their franchise guy. That's what they do.
Purdy,
you have a guy. Your opinion could be that he's not the franchise guy, but he's shown you that in the first 2 years he led a roster good enough on the offensive side of the ball. He led a roster good enough to the NFC title.
I need him to be a franchise guy. I don't need him to be a franchise guy. I need him in this window that seems to be closing very fast. I need him to give my franchise a Super Bowl. I need him to carry me for the next 10, 15, 20 years like Brady does. I need him with this incredible roster that's increasingly getting older to win a title. That's all I need him to do, which he's shown me twice that he was a block away and a non-injury away from getting there.
With the
He's
best
capable.
roster in the end.
With the
you guys
roster
are making
that the
my
Niners have.
You guys are literally making my point. By the way, Zach, I agree with you. You guys are making my point. You want to pay him like a franchise quarterback when he's not a franchise quarterback. He is not a franchise quarterback.
He's that dude. He's shown
Did you not watch
he
him
is.
play last year? Did you not watch him play last year?
I watched him play. I also watched
to CJ Pearsall
and Juwan Jennings and Greg
Well,
Kittle for 12
Juwan
games.
Jennings was an
Had
absolute
115
until
had
this year when he was the
115
number one
fucking
target.
receptions.
Juwan
115.
Jennings was not a 1, 2, or even 3 guy until this year when he was a number one target because the entire roster was hurt.
Deebo Samuel.
He sucks.
A fucking turn.
I'm sorry. He
A
sucks.
A turn.
He's
one hit wonder year.
Yeah, that's it. He's a one-hit wonder. He's
now.
I'll
agree with that.
tell you what, if you went and made a list of the most overrated players and you asked everyone in the NFL to vote on the most overrated players, I guarantee you Deebo Samuel was number 1. Most overrated. But what I'm trying to tell you is, I know you want
had 15 carries at tailback. Like he
wonderful. 1 year. In 1 year. What you're not understanding is a full roster, a healthy roster, because Brandon Ayuk they paid him as elite. If you watched him play and you thought he was elite, then you're just.
My point is I do understand.
Elite.
You can't have that roster that he had if you pay him $55 million. That is my point.
I don't see him getting $55 million though. Like I think the conversation
Rafa
is where you're
thinks he
saying
should get $55 million. Ask Rafa if he should
I
get
think
$55 million.
he deserves $55 million, but I don't think he's getting it.
I agree. I'm the person that I agree with. If you're due your money and you've done the work, I believe you deserve every penny that you've earned. I believe that 100%.
Sports is never about we're gonna pay you because you deserve it. It's about.
Of course it is. In the NFL, every quarterback has gotten paid. Every NFL quarterback has gotten paid.
Even if it's not about that, even if it's about merit, if you want to go off merit alone, he in 4 years has brought you to an NFC title and a Super Bowl.
Guys,
3 years.
You guys are acting like I'm completely off my rocker and nuts. 75% of the people fucking agree with me.
75%. Where are you getting that number?
Any fucking
Where
NFL,
are you getting that number?
Show me one NFL media pundit that says Brock Purdy should get fit. Show me anyone. Give me one. I don't know one except for you two. I am not crazy. You guys are crazy. Everyone agrees with me, by the way.
No.
Dude,
There's not one. There's not one GM. There's not one dude on fucking NFL Live that thinks Brock Purdy should get paid $55 million. There's not one. I can't find one. Show me one, and he'll be the first. You guys act like I'm crazy. Everyone thinks exactly like I think, by the way.
That's fine. I've seen it. I've seen the Instagram posts and because I don't watch ESPN unless there's an actual game on. But I understand. Eddie, I understand what you're saying 100%. But for me, when an athlete, especially the last pick in the draft, who doesn't make very much money, is up for a payday, and that he's earned because he's earned it. There is no doubt about it. He's earned it. If he's earned it, he deserves it. Whether you guys want to believe it or not, he's earned it. If you call the Tennessee Titans right now and you tell them we'll trade you Brock Purdy for the #1 pick, they will do it. They will do it. That's the truth. I know you don't want to believe it because you may not. He doesn't look. Oh, I believe that.
That's a great. Please click that shit. That's the craziest shit I've ever heard. That's the craziest shit I've ever heard.
Brock Purdy,
craziest shit. Now you're off your fucking rocker,
bro. Are you kidding?
You're saying that the Titans would trade the first round pick for Brock Purdy? Did you just fucking say that? I would rather have a guy. I would rather have a guy that's proven to me that he can be top 5 in the NFL. I'd rather have a guy that has been to an NFC title game and a Super Bowl. Okay, I'd rather have that guy than a guy who couldn't even win a fucking bowl game. And Shador.
That might be worse than that might be worse than the Brittany Griner Russia war criminal tape. That might be up there.
I am going to
believe he's worth.
I'm going to extend an olive branch, Rafa, because me and CJ have actually talked about this. I am going to take a step on the Brock Purdy side. You know what sucks, and you know it's disrespectful to me. You know what's fucking bullshit to me, and I'm pissed off for Brock Purdy, is that he did almost win 2 Super Bowls, and you didn't even give him a bump. And why didn't you? Because you couldn't have the stars that you have. That motherfucker deserved a raise last year. He deserved a raise in the middle of 2 years ago. And the 49ers didn't give him another motherfucking dime. That is bullshit.
Is there a way that we can say that the 49ers opened up the opportunity and gave him the resources, and that's why they did it? No,
you just
I'm just trying to sneak in that argument.
He almost won a Super Bowl, and they made him sit there and be like, "You're not even like fucking Arch Manning is getting paid 4 times as much as you, and motherfucker doesn't even play in college." That shit was disrespectful. You want to talk about disrespect? That shit was disrespectful. And why don't you think they gave him the money? Because they couldn't pay everyone else, and that's all I'm saying. But please clip Rafa's take. That's wild. That goes on the Mount Rushmore.
100%. You can clip it. Clip it. I will stand on the Brock Purdy mountain.
If it's breaking up, we'll do voiceover. We'll make it work.
And dude, you can put it on the Mount Rushmore. I stand on Brock Purdy Mountain. That I believe he deserves.
More like a molehill.
Well, I gotta get out of here because I gotta go to the valley. But I do. I'm on the Brock Purdy train, man. That's
obviously.
I hope he fucking gets every penny.
Guys, that was so much fucking fun. I miss doing the show with you, Rafa. That was fucking great. Eddie Money, CJ, thank you for coming on. Will Hanley, get Will Hanley's information. Hit us up on Instagram. I'm sending you some shit, man.
Yes, Eddie. What was the guy from Instagram? Jesse. I'll send great questions.
I'll send him something too. We love the interaction, guys. We're to show the people. I want to say thank you. That's episode 123. Hell of a time, fellas. Guys, me and Rafa, trust me, as much as it sounds like we want to kill each other, we still love each other. We're going to talk about golf in 3 minutes like nothing's ever happened. We do it every day.
It was a great shit, man.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everybody.
Later, fellas.
Go Heels.